all have assembled, or we all have collected, or we all have connected in order to learn from each other. This is the whole idea behind this. And what is the philosophy of this kind of program? Because we have been organizing the program for faculty induction program, which is created for the newly appointed university and the college professors or the young professors, and then interdisciplinary and subject specific program of refresher courses. But at the same time, this program has been added in addition to that, seeing the urgency of this national education policy. This program is being organized so that the teachers who can know the importance, significance of this national education policy. And this policy is, let me tell you, a very progressive policy, very innovative policy. And of course, at the idea level, at the writing level, but if we will be able to implement it, definitely the country or the nation is going to be benefited profoundly. So this is the idea, this is the philosophy behind this national education policy, so that we could know much more deeper about this national education policy, because it is expected to change the fate of this great nation. So this country is, of course, going to be helped out with the help of the national education policy. So I will highlight some of the important the vital statistics, so that we can place ourselves at something about this. So let me tell you that what are the potential that India is having. So I am just sharing with you that India is called as the is a demographic dividend country. So we must understand the importance and significance of the demographic dividends. So we all know that very recently India has replaced China, leaving China far behind in terms of the population. So we have enormous population. So here we say that India is a country of youths, or India is a young country, or India is a demographic dividend country. So here it becomes very important to understand this very important aspect. When we talk of the demographic dividend, it means 66, means two-thirds of the population falls into the category of the age group of 15 to 35. You all know, or you can understand this age group, which is considered to be very, very important, means most active or working age group. So India has the advantage of this, means chunk of the population, or the great majority of the population falls into the category of this. Hence it is called India is a demographic dividend country. India is a country of youth, or India is a young country. So here it becomes very important that how we are going to convert this great chunk of the population into the human resource. So we all know that this could be only done with the help of providing education, training, and a skill. Means a skill development is going to take place. So with the help of this kind of thing, I think we will be able to convert this population into the human resource. Once we will do it, I think India is going to be benefited enormously. So taking that view into the mind, the teachers across the country, or which is considered to be the volume or the number of 15 lakhs teachers who are engaged. So if we are going, and how we can improve the quality of teaching, how we can improve the quality of research, it all depends on the desire, on the motivation, on the education, or the quality of this teacher, means 1.5 million. And this could be only done when we will be able to sensitize ourselves, because the role and the responsibility of the teachers have been said that their role is multiplier. So once we have acquired the education from here, we are going to impart the same to the coming generation, means the students who are the future of this great nation. So education, we all know that, which is one of the very important tools which through which any transformation can take place in this society. So seeing the potential of the robust kind of higher education, and you also know that India is having one of the greatest or the largest system of higher education. But when we talk of the quality, I think again there is a serious issue. You all know that what kind of quality we are having. So in order to catch up with the other developed nation, it becomes very important to know much more details about all these things. Means what are the problems the our society, our higher education is facing. I think it will be discussed in great details when the higher education and the progress and development of society will be discussed. But as a mark of reference, I am talking to you that leadership or academic literacy becomes very important. And you we also know that the top level echelons, means the top level management, it means the vice chancellor or the president or the people who are holding the key position of the university or the academic institutions. It is said that they are not up to the mark. Means I think many reports have been with the help of many reports, we get to know that there is a serious problem in terms of the leadership. So how we can improve the quality of leadership, so that if the people who get the position or acquire the position as a vice chancellor, as a top level positions like the directors, they can take the higher education at the higher pedestal. And we also know that by 2047, we need and we are looking forward to see our country in the category of the developed nations. So how it's a Herculean task, it's a difficult task. Means not far off. I mean 247 is not far off. So how we as a teacher, as an academic, we are going to do our due role. Of course, we are playing a very significant role. So here we need to discuss all these details, all these challenges, how we can work as a teacher, as a researcher, so that our product, means our students, can match with the global standards. And you all know that the whole world is now globalized. So we cannot keep our country aloof or alone from the rest of the world. So how we so here why I am saying all this, so realizing the importance, significance of the teacher, now it has been thought that let us hold this kind of program and sensitize, motivate the teachers, so that they can play their proactive role or their due role in order to shape the society in the right direction. So this becomes very important. I am also highlighting some of the other facts which has been very much given in this National Education Policy 2020. It is said that we need to make our each and every institution multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary by 2035. So why it is so? Simply because the whatever the challenges which are coming or the society is facing, I think, is there any problem? Ila Kishore is presenting. Just I am asking that are you hearing me? मेरी आवाज जा रही है?
हाँ सर,
Yes,
अच्छा
sir.
है, नो इशू सर।
Okay. Ila Kishore is some sort of
जी
disturbance.
आवाज आ रही है आपकी सर।
Okay, so what I am discussing with you, that let us now tell you something before going to present my PPT. What I would like to tell you that in this national education policy, many recommendations were made. One is to make the all higher education institutions interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary by 2035. So how we are going to face all these things? What we as a teacher are going to do? How we can become multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary in our own classroom or in our own approach, in our own orientation? This becomes very important. The other points, the other aspect which has been highlighted or recommended in this national education policy, that we need to enhance the gross enrollment ratio to 50%. So we must know the what is the gross enrollment ratio in higher education as of now. It is said that 25 to 26% we have reached the gross enrollment ratio. So we need to make it double. Means not only quality is a challenge. The other challenge is the expansion or access to higher education. Let me explain it to you. What are the problems? What is the thing that needs to be taken care over here? Is we are saying that 26% gross enrollment ratio means, and we need to make it 50%. It has been by 2035. So for the last 75 years, we have been working so hard. Anyhow, we have managed to reach the level of 25 to 26%. So for the very span period of 75 years, but by I think by 2030, 35, we need to make it double. So I think it seems to be very Herculean task, but we need to do this. So like this, and here again, I would like to highlight you that what are the global gross enrollment ratio. So if you consider United States of America, over there, the gross enrollment ratio is estimated to be in the range of 85 to 90. And if you talk of the European Union, over there, it is estimated to be in the range of 65 to 70. If you talk of Asia as a whole, here it is in the range of 36 to 40%, roughly speaking. And the gross enrollment ratio is estimated to be in the range of 25 to 27%. So we are still hovering around uh, global or the global gross enrollment ratio. So you must be wondering what is basic, like the per capita income. We measure the status of any country. We get to know. In the same way, we also get to know the status of higher education and see in our own country. I think at the time of independence, what was the size of the university and the colleges? So in 5051, the number was estimated to be 28 or 20 or 28 universities were there. And 500 to 600 colleges were existing at that time. If you see the total size today, I think the total number of the university, including the private university, has crossed 1100. 1100 universities, including state or private, state funded and the central funded, and then private universities. If you look at the total number of the colleges, it has crossed 45,000 colleges. And the stand-alone institutions are estimated to be 12,000. So it seems to be a very huge, a spectacular growth for the last 75 years. But if you see the requirement and the need of this country, because the population has risen like anything. So we need to, so far as the case of catering the requirement of this nation, these institutions are not good enough. So now the question arises, with the help of these institutions, can we catch up, or can we meet the target of 50% gross enrollment ratio? I think it seems to be impossible. It seems to be Herculean task. So we need to work. Why I'm highlighting? So that as a teacher, as a researcher, we need to work in this direction. How this objective of this national education policy can be realized? It all depends on the teacher. So we need to do this. And in terms of the research, you also know that in terms of the research, again, at the global level, we stand nowhere. So we are living far behind. We need to work. So many challenges are there. So when we will be able to uh, have the academic leadership, good academic leadership, then we can think that we will be able to realize all these cherished goals, all these objectives. So taking that way into the mind, Government of India has taken the initiative to organize this flagship program like NEP orientation and sensitization. So they have taken the initiative to sensitize or motivate or to make aware of the national education policy in details with the teacher, because teacher is considered to be one of the very important stakeholders of higher education. Unless until teachers come forward and contribute their might in a very robust way, in a very profound way, I think this national education policy is not going to be so beneficial. So here we have a very good policy, progressive policy, positive policy, despite its limitations. It is going to, it has the potential to take this country into the club of the developed nation. As we all know that the higher education can play, would play, and should play a very significant role, and who is basically the torch bearer of education, that too of higher education, we the teachers. So we need to work, and it is well said that the destiny of any society, so is the case of India, is created in the classroom. It is said that destiny of society is shaped in the classroom. Who is basically the master or the expert in the higher education? So discussing all these issues, I think I need to now come to the main business of our discussion. I am going to discuss about the academic leadership governance, how academic leadership could be improved, and it could be only done with the help of good governance, providing good governance and proper management of higher education. So how we are going to manage this, all these institutions to which I have already highlighted. So here it is also two things I would like to tell you, like my proper management of higher education. As we also know that many demographers have come with their own idea that population or the growth of population and the huge number of population is not the problem. Whenever we discuss in our own context or in our own country, all of a sudden it goes to our mind that population, when we rise of population, growth of population, it's not good, and it is one of the impediments, or it is one of the factors which create impediment in the way of growth or the development of any nation. But theoretically speaking, I think it is also say that population is one of the very important factors of production, and how it is not the population per se is the problem, but what we call a management and the governance of population, means labor. How we are going to govern, how we are going to manage the population in a better way, is to be examined, is to be seen. If we have a very good kind of policy, as I said to you initially, that if we will be able to manage our population, means if we will be able to convert this population, working age group of population into the human resource, it will become the big assets for the nation, means it will become the boon for this country, and they will contribute immensely for the production, development, distribution of wealth and everything. I think education will be managed in a very proper way, it is said. But if we fail, means if we fail to manage this population, definitely it is going to become the liability or disaster for this country. So here again the role of the teachers steps in. If we will be able to educate our future generations, means coming generations, means the students, definitely it is going to contribute immensely for the progress and development of this nation. If we fail, I think what will happen after 20 or 25 years down the line, same chunk of the population or the group of the population will fall into the category of the old age, as the West is struggling to manage the old age people. So here we have enormous chance, we have wonderful chance to before us, to manage this population with the help of proper policy. And of course, with the help of these 15 lakhs teachers, so we can do, as I am giving you, India is shining in terms of the population, in the sense that 18 to 20 million uh, our labor human resource are working in different parts of the world. If you talk in terms of the diaspora, we all know that the number or the volume has increased to 3.2 crores. So it's a huge number. And here again, I would like to point out that India is a country which is topping in terms of the receipt of the remittances. Means if you see the inflow of the remittances, means foreign exchange to our country, India has acquired the first position in the world, leaving China far behind. And these remittances are used for the development, progress, and eradication of poverty and unemployment to a larger extent. So India is celebrating in many ways that our workers, our labor is working in different parts of the world, and they are remitting a huge remittance to our country, and that remittances are used for the development and the growth of this country. So here we have the golden chance, golden opportunity to translate this big chunk of the population, which is called the demographic dividends or the youth, country of youth. So how we are going to reap the benefits of this thing? And already I have highlighted, it could be only done with a good kind of providing education, health, of course, and then skill development and training. And pandemic has created devastation, or has created a lot of problem to the entire world. So in the post-pandemic period, the situation is going to be very grave. What kind of scenario would be there? What kind of labor market would be there? What would be the requirement in the labor market? We need to study, and who will provide this kind of input and the findings and the recommendations? We, the teachers, have the potential to come forward. You also must have heard about research, means NRF is going to take place, NRF is going to be established. And already the union government had passed the bill, I think bill, that is the NRF bill, National Research Foundation bill. It has already been passed in the last 2023 June. So I think we are going to have a robust kind of foundation, which is going to provide enormous money and profound money to each and every academic institutions in order to continue our research, or in order to do much more research in terms of the quality also. So if we get the money, of course, many research bodies are still existing. In addition to that, NRF is going to be established very soon, let me tell you. So we all are looking forward to have the money so that we could continue our research, we could get the funds. As it is said that in terms of the research, we don't stand in anywhere. We get to know with the help of NRF ranking and then NAC assessment. We know that our academic institutions stand nowhere. So we need to work so that we can create the academic institutions which can match the global standard. So for all these kind of things, for all these issues, I think good academic leadership has become the need of the day. And we all know that whatever the vice chancellor, whatever the directors, whatever the top level institute, I think functionaries are having some sort of problem. So we need to impart the training, like all of you. Means I think today you are sitting here, tomorrow you would become the vice chancellor, you would become the registrar, you would become the director or the head or chairman, dean of some of the bodies, some of the academic institutions, or you will become the principal. So you can, if you understand the importance and delicacy of the leadership, I think you will lead your academic institutions in the right direction. So giving this kind of background, let me now come to the point for our own discussion. Point wise, you give me a minute, so I am opening my PPT so that I could discuss with you one by one. And for that, we need to discuss some of the theoretical proposition. What is the leader style? theory, and then we'll move on to discuss the academic leadership, governance, and management. So here, just you give me a minute, please. I hope it is visible to all of you, I guess.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Which bit?
sir.
Just a second, please. Academic leadership governance has. So, giving this kind of background, let me now proceed. So, the whole structure of my presentation would be like that. We will try to understand the meaning, concepts, and definition of leadership. What do you mean by leadership? We will discuss, and what are the qualities and the traits of a good leader. When while discussing this thing, I think good leader is supposed to be a good teacher. Let me tell you, I think good leader is equivalent to good teacher. So thereafter, after discussing the qualities, and then we will try to understand the very definition and connotation of the academic leadership. Thereafter, we will try to understand the concept of academic leadership and, of course, governance. And with the help of deep experiential learning, we will be able to understand in a better way. And as it is said that effective teacher is a good leader, and then we will try to wrap up. So let me now discuss with you, just have a look on this. And what John Quincy Adams has said, he said, quote, if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, it means you are a leader. So what do we do basically? We the teachers, हम करते क्या हैं? What do we do? When we go to the class, we try to inspire, we try to motivate, we try to sensitize the students by by our own articulation, by our own good ideas and the knowledge. We share our knowledge, and we say that if you wish to become something like that, you need to study this, you need to do this kind of things, then you will become. So what do we do basically? The whole idea today and whole function of the teacher today is to motivate the students. See, if you see the philosophy of the center, MMTTC center, which was called UGC Human Resource Development Center, or initially it was called Academic Staff College. If you study the philosophy of all of this center, it is said that you all have assembled here to learn from each other or to sensitize ourselves, or basically the teachers, you all are sitting here. On the other side, one teacher comes and he or she basically motivates you or inspires you, not teach you. You all are expert enough, you are educated enough, you are rather more educated than what I do, but the whole thing is to share some of the good points, some of the ideal things, and in a way we inspire over here. Once you are inspired, once you are motivated, I think you will achieve whatever you wish to achieve in your life. So here, you all are a leader. Means you all the teachers, like professors, are a leader. We are leading the students. We are inspiring the students. We are motivating the students. So our role and the actions or the deeds basically inspire to dream more or to dream something which is unachievable to a certain some extent. So vision, we envision, and we basically do all this kind of exercise for the sake of the society. Hence it is called that the role and the function of the teacher is considered to be noble. So we inspire and we do something for the betterment of the students. So we basically shape the students by our own action, by our own articulation, by our own ideas, basically very inspiring ideas. We do this. It means if you are doing our duty, in the sense that if you go to the class and take the class of 50 minutes and then 1 hour, what do? We basically try to shape or try to motivate, try to inspire the students. It means we are a leader, in fact. So when we put this thing in the academic context or the in academia, I think you all understand, means we are basically leader of the class, we are academic leader, and we are playing our academic leadership role. There's no doubt about that. So just have a look on the second quotation or the statement. You all know him so well, Bill Gates, what he did, what he is doing. It is a matter of inspiration or motivation for all of us. So we consider him, and we must consider him as a role model, as a leader. So what he said is, as we look ahead into the next century, means 21st century, leaders will be those who empower others. So in this knowledge society, who is basically the leader? We the leaders. Basically, we are empowering the students or the coming generation by articulating the knowledge. So we ourselves call as a knowledge workers or the knowledge intellectuals. So we intellectuals try to empower the society by giving a lot of things, means education. Those who are having the education or those who are educated is powerful today. So according to that, we all know in this knowledge society, the only the person who is empowered is having the knowledge. So let's have the second next word or the next statement given by Warren Bennis. What he said actually, leadership is the capacity to translate vision into the reality. Every university or the college has its own vision mission. So if you are holding the position, and if you have the capacity, if you don't have the capacity, if I don't have the capacity, I cannot call myself as a leader. I am not playing the role. So when we will be able to translate the, or what we call it, realize the vision. See, in our own situation or in our own university, often we say that the past vice chancellor or the vice chancellor who came in 2000 was very visionary. He or she did a lot of work, and he transformed the total gamut of the university, and students were benefited enormously. He brought a lot of projects, he brought a lot of centers, he brought a lot of academic programs. It means if somebody is not doing anything, just he or she is sitting idle, he cannot be called as the leader. So realizing the vision of into the reality, or changing the vision into the reality, is basically the function of the leadership. So taking these three important statements or the quotations, I am sure that what is the function, what is the role of the leadership or the leader, we have understood. So let me now proceed. I hope you all are getting my points. बात आपके पास पहुंच जा रही है?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
Yes,
already it has been said that कि हम आपको टाइम देंगे. वैसे means I have been associated with this center for more than 2.5 decades. I had been there for 25 years. Still, I am connected with my own HRDC. I have not gone elsewhere. But technically speaking, the other person has joined because I wanted to come over here. So, what my point of view to discuss is to know the styles, know the qualities, what kind of quality we should cultivate or inculcate in our personality, so that once we get the chance, once we have been given this kind of responsibility, we can lead our academic institution, we can take our academic institutions in the right direction, and we will be able to we will be able to translate our academic institutions into the very good or the excellent. We will be able to make our academic institutions excellent. That is the whole idea. So yeah, what kind of quality we can have? So let us have a look at the some of the theoretical prepositions, which is again very important. So what are the styles? Basically it is being followed. We all know that, of course, autocratic style. It is one of the style which is considered to be very devastating, very negative. And what is the characteristics? What is the style that the autocrat or this kind of person would have. Means if I have got some positions, so I don't consider anyone. So whatever I take the decision, there's no requirement of any kind of, we don't take any input, I don't take any input, you don't take any input, you decide on your own. So this kind of decision, this kind of actions are going to be very, very disastrous. So taking the input from the others has become of the need of the day, or in this very complex and the modern society, very complex society, I think all the time, I think what we call it, your decision should be based on the collective decision. As we say that the collective wisdom always matters a lot. And we all know that the other style is visionary. So what is the function and what is the style of the visionary person? So when you are visionary, so how we can become visionary, we also know very pretty well. So we manage, if I am visionary enough, you are visionary enough, so you manage your affair by your inspiration and building the confidence. So we often do this kind of exercise, going to the class, we inspire and inculcate confidence amongst the students. Yes, you are having this kind of I think knowledge, you can become is, you can become something like that, you can contribute, you can become a big professor, you can write a good research paper. You have all these kind of traits or the elements in your personality. Your personality is matchless, you are brilliant enough, you are doing your work very efficiently. So if we do this kind of exercise, and if I say myself, I think it is going to have a very good kind of impact on the audience, or on more specifically the students to whom. For that, time management is again very important, how you are managing your time. If you have gone and attended some sort of seminar, symposium in other parts of the world, and if you after getting back from there, if you are sharing something with the students, definitely it will be very inspiring for the student. So what am I mean to say, that if you are having all these qualities, then this quality can be transformed, or transformed to the students or to the future generation. First of all, you need to do this kind of things. So the other style, you all know that democratic style. If you are having this kind of traits, means you are going to consider the opinion of others before making any kind of of making a decision. For making a decision, we hold the meeting, academic council or something like that. So we take the input from everybody. If we are really, in true sense of the term, democratic, I think we are going to contribute immensely for the progress and development, and we are going to develop the healthy culture in the academic institutions, or wherever we are. So bureaucratic style, the other very devastating kind of style, means it follows the strict hierarchy and expect team members to follow only procedures. What is the outcome and what is going to, so time taking, all these things. So what I mean to say, that this style, of course, and you can place yourself, you can say that where do I place myself of all these 8 10 styles, what kind of styles I am following. We can check ourselves, we can introspect of ourselves. So just have a look on this. So after getting these kind of things, it becomes very necessary to discuss some of the theories relating to leadership or the leader. So here I would like to point out some of the only major theories. So one theory, which is considered to be the first theory, by proposing by Thomas Carlyle, who said in the middle of 19th century, he said that leadership is inherent, means traits of leadership is inherent, means to make it more clear that it is acquired, it is not acquired, rather it is inherent. By birth one becomes leader, by leadership is born, leadership is born, or the leader is born. By birth, it is there. It is in heredity in sense, true sense of the term. So if you see this, all these traits cannot be acquired. What he said. So his theory is contested, or basically rather rejected by many scholars.
Sir, you
सर
are
आवाज
muted.
नहीं आ रही आपकी।
सर आवाज नहीं आ रही है।
Sir, you are muted.
सर आप म्यूट हैं।
आवाज नहीं आ रही है सर, म्यूट है।
सर आप म्यूट हैं।
I'm muted. Now it's okay?
Yes, sir. Yes,
यस
sir.
सर, यस सर।
यस
Okay,
सर।
just hold on. Just
ओके
hold on.
सर।
Now it's fine?
यस सर।
Okay. Now it's fine, or it's okay?
Yes, sir.
आवाज
Okay.
आपकी कट जा रही है बार बार।
अब ठीक है?
आज
हाँ जी सर, अब आ रही है।
यस
अब
सर।
सर आवाज आ रही है।
आ
ऑडिबल
रही है
सर।
तो okay, I am audible, so that's nice. So let me now talk. ये बहुत ही short में हम बात करेंगे, otherwise we can discuss only about one theory. I will be very quick. बहुत ही जल्दी से हम बात करेंगे कि my idea is to just orient you about the theoretical proposition. So the second theory, which has been discussed by Stockdale, who proposed the theory of leadership in the late 20th century, in 1940s. He explained that individual must possess the key personality traits and characteristics to be an effective leader. These traits are inherent by birth, but at the same time, it is also acquired with the help of training, with the help of education and all that. So a little, it is nothing but a little bit modification of the great man theory. It was said that only man can become the leader, and it is that too is it is not said that the person can become the leader. It was said that the man can become the leader by birth, not women. So here it is very, the again there is a gender discrimination or kind of things which was existing in the middle of 19th century. So after the century, the Stockdale talked about that one again. He has enumerated all these traits, all these qualities that any person would have. But if you see the behavioral theory, I think it is said that after a decade in 1950s, it is said that after understanding the personal traits of the leaders are essential for effective leadership, the researchers were now keen to know what leaders do not become effective leaders. So here it is said that if you have this kind of quality, even whether you intentionally you are going to do something like that, if you translate your action into the reality, then you will be the leader. Means for becoming the effective leadership, it becomes essential that your interest matters a lot. If you are interested to change something or translate the vision of any university, so it has been done. Means not quality matters. So what is matter is actions or your deeds. Means actionable kind of things become very, action becomes more important than the quality. If you have the quality and you have done nothing for the improvement of the academic institutions or the things, means you are very good and you have all these things, but you have not brought any kind of change or any kind of transformation, or you have not led, you have not inspired any means anyone. It means you don't have, you are not effective leader, let me tell you. But here action means action becomes more important than the traits. So again, contingency theory has justified this thing, contingency or situational theory. It said that of course three traits, behavior and situation becomes very important. All these things, if you don't have the behavior, you don't have the intention, of course traits are there. you don't have the behavior. And third one is this, if situation does not allow. See, all the time we say that a particular institution is lacking academic atmosphere. यहाँ वह academic atmosphere नहीं है, वहाँ पढ़ने का कोई मतलब माहौल नहीं है, जो बोलते हैं ना, तो even the brilliant chap could go, and if he or she does, or she tries to do something, but due to the unfavorable situation, he or she would not able to deliver the goods. So the contingency theory seems to be very important one. Take the example of the people. अगर आपको हम ये कहें कि see the case, how situation matters. The Indians who have left India, and they are working in Oxford, Cambridge, Stanford, and many institutions. And the people, many Indians who have gone to West, and they have got Nobel Prize. They have become Nobel laureate. So situation, environment becomes very, very important. If your academic institution, your university and college, if you wish to do some sort of research, if you wish to innovate something, but due to the impediment, an unfavorable situation, I think you would not be able to. You are not able to. Same our brothers have gone to other parts of them. They have done a wonderful kind of job. So this theory, contingency theory, appears to be a little bit more pragmatic. And of course, the other theories like charismatic theory, of course, taking all these kind of things does not matter if you have the extraordinary and exceptional qualities to become an effective leader. Take the example of Gandhi, take the example of many Western personalities. So taking all these things, and of course transformational theory is very, very important to bring a lot of change. So our society needs a change that is called transformative change. So what kind of leadership is required, we need to examine. So taking all these important points into the mind, what is the role of leadership theories? So role of leadership is theory is to give something like that. Personality traits are of course very important. And then we have discussed about the actions by the behavioral theory, and environment situation is of course decision making process, how input is perceived, and relationships are interpersonal relationships. See, even you are brilliant enough, and you don't have you are not able to develop the interpersonal relationship in your academic institution, I think you will not deliver the goods. So all these points need to, whatever theories, whatever the styles we have discussed, so on the basis of that, of course, personally, we cannot deny this fact. We cannot deny these qualities of a leader is important. And when the quality is there, action is also equally important. And unless until we get the help with the situation and the environment, so how we as a teacher, how we as a principal, how we as a vice chancellor are going to create a positive environment, or create the situation, positive situation in our own college or the university, so that research and the teaching can take place in a better way. And of course, while doing this, taking decision becomes very important. Of course, input means if we are inspiring our students or our faculty by the scholar, I think then we can have the research activity. We will be able to improve the environment or the quality of research, and of course all these things. So taking all these points into the mind, I will be very happy to discuss with you of these four qualities of an effective leader. Not leader means effective leader could have all these 4 points. It needs, of course, it is self-explanatory, but I will be very happy to explain it to you a little bit of this flexibility. What is the meaning of flexibility? I think it is one of the very ingredient factors, or it is the very integral part of a good personality or effective leader or effective teacher also. How you will become effective, how you will become the role model. If you have all these qualities, I am sure that you will deliver the best, and students are going to be impressed by your way of teaching, by your articulation, by your knowledge. When you have knowledge, I think these qualities need to be cultivated, need to be inculcated in our own personality. I think it varies from day to day or vary from situation to situation. So on the basis of our own experience, we need to become, I think it is these four qualities become very, very important for any teacher. Let me tell you, already we have discussed that leader and teacher are interchangeable here in this context. So how will, I am giving you one example. If students are asking you a particular day on a valid reason that sir or madam, you don't take the class today, we are not in a mood. So what would be your response to that? I think seeing the urgency, seeing the psychology of the students, you need to respond. Otherwise, if you say nothing doing, I'm going to take the class, my class is just now, and I will take. Those who are interested should sit down, those who are not. So in this, I think teaching, you can have your class, you can organize your class, but what would be the effectiveness of your class? Definitely it will be missing, because with the mind you need to create the congenial atmosphere, and congenial atmosphere in the friendly atmosphere or academic atmosphere in your class. Then if you start teaching, if you start transacting, so in that I think effectiveness of your teaching, effectively learning teaching will only be the effective if students are not physically but mentally also not upset. They would present, they would like, then you can have the maximum impact on the class. So flexibility becomes very important. Hence, in the academic institution, you all know that it is entirely, it's not typical kind of things, not bureaucratic style. Even we are not rigid in that sense. So for taking class, for teaching students, you put a lot of effort before and thereafter also. So for 2 3 hours, sometimes you prepare your class module, and then you go to class for delivering the best. So making the class the best way or the friendly way or to learning teaching, as it is now said that how we are going to make the class learner centric. Learner centric means they would be, students become the central figure. They are basically the center figure. So we as a teacher are supposed to provide the services to the students. Students are there to be taught, or they are there to acquire the knowledge. We are there to provide the services to the students. So central figure of the teacher learning process is not us, means not the teacher, basically the students. So we need to do according to their desire, according to their convenience, according to all this. And the second point again becomes very important. Empathy does not mean sympathy. Means you put yourself in the position of the students, in the position of the someone else, then you can understand the trauma, agony, and psychology of the students. So maintaining the class or maintaining the discipline in the class, it becomes very important to understand the psychology of the students. For understanding the psychology, we need to put ourselves in place of the students. Then we can, from the, when we start thinking from their side, we will be able to understand, and we can impart the training or teaching in a better way. Of course, decisiveness means again, whether you are going to take the, you need to take the decision on the basis of your own wisdom, on the basis of your own experience. And of course, communication becomes, so maximum conflict, let me tell you, I think maximum conflict takes place between the two persons, between the two groups, between the two communities, between the two nations, is the lack of communication or the miscommunication. So how communication is important, you all know that. So our tone and tenor मैटर्स ए लॉट। इसी से सारी चीजें आप पूरे अगर बैठ करके एज एन इंटेलेक्चुअल, इफ यू इंट्रोस्पेक्ट, यू विल गेट द आंसर, यू विल गेट द, आई विल गेट द आंसर। क्योंकि जितना भी लड़ाई झगड़ा कॉन्फ्लिक्ट वार, लेट मी टेल यू, इवन वार कैसे होता है, उस सारी चीजों में ईगो होता है, सारी चीजों में देखेंगे तो हम होता, हम का, यू अंडरस्टैंड, इट इज आई, इट इज आई। अगर हमारा टोन एंड टीनर और कम्युनिकेशन बेटर हो तो मैक्सिमम एटलीस्ट 80 to 90% प्रॉब्लम्स, इधर इन द क्लास, इधर इन द यूनिवर्सिटी, either in the country, either in the nation, either in 2 states or in the 2 villages or anywhere amongst the colleagues, ये सारी चीजें अगर हम, and it becomes very important for a teacher, for the academic staff. I think these 4 points, if we really try to inculcate, if we try to learn, and for learning these kind of things, for this quality, as already we have decided and we have said that it is not born, means teachers are born, are not born, teachers are created, leaders are made, not born. It could be there, but it is also same, at the same time it is true that हम लीडर बन सकते हैं, हम इसकी जो क्वालिटीज होता है वी कैन एक्वायर एंड वी शुड एक्वायर। ऐसा नहीं है कि ये खानदानी चीजें हैं और ये किसी का मतलब जेनेटिकल है, ऐसा नहीं है। यू आर सीइंग एंड ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द एक्सपीरियंस, ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ एम्पिरिकल स्टडी, फील्ड वर्क, वी नो दैट दिस कुड बी एक्वायर्ड। अब एक अच्छा टीचर बनने के लिए in the previous at somewhere I was just talking to the teachers like all of us, and one teacher asked me, no sir, teachers are born. He said, this is what he said, that teachers are born. ऐसा नहीं है। देखिए ऐसा आप देखिए, किसी की भी जीवनी देखिए, किसी के लाइफ हिस्ट्री देखिए, आई थिंक हम बन सकते हैं। हम पढ़ करके, हम ट्रेनिंग पा करके, गेटिंग ए लॉट ऑफ एक्सपोजर, अगर हमने क्या चाहिए अब अकॉर्डिंग टू माई अंडरस्टैंडिंग, फॉर बिकमिंग अ टीचर, फॉर बिकमिंग ए गुड लीडर, आई थिंक व्हाट इज रिक्वायर्ड इज योर पैशन। हमने इस चीज को पाया है, आई नो दैट यू मस्ट एग्री। पैशन जो है ना हमारा, कि नहीं हमें ये करना, एक हमें अच्छा टीचर बनना ही है, चाहे इसके लिए मुझे एक अच्छा इंसान बनना ही है। So what it is, your passion will definitely make you to work hard. क्या करेंगे इसके लिए आप एक अच्छा टीचर बनने के लिए? टीचर ऑफ फिजिक्स, टीचर ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स, टीचर ऑफ एनी सब्जेक्ट फॉर दैट मैटर, मुझे लगता है कि ये यू मस्ट एग्री विद माय, क्योंकि ये कोई बाई बर्थ वाली चीजें शायद हो कुछ लोगों में, मान सकते हैं, वी कैन नॉट डिनाई दिस फैक्ट, बट एट द सेम टाइम वी कैन ऑल्सो लर्न एंड इट इज लर्नेबल। Let me tell you, it is actionable, it is learnable. Means quality of teaching, quality of leadership, quality of becoming a big shot, I think this is all learnable today. Hence it is said that life is a learning process, so it is nothing but the idea of learn, every day we learn. So let me now, I think, I hope you all have understood this, I guess. So let me now proceed further. How we are going to understand the academic leadership? So for governance, we all know that. Then let me now proceed a little bit further. What is said about the academic leadership? So after discussing these academic leadership qualities, and then styles and the theories, how it is happening in a day-to-day life or in the university setup or the academic setup, I think we need to. So Sathe stated, academic leadership is a special case of general leadership in as much as it refers to leadership and academic setting and the institutions. So we as a teacher, we as a coordinator, we as a what we call it as a principal, we as a vice chancellor, we as a registrar, we are doing our responsibility in a collective manner. So according to other scholar, Yelder and Cordling, what he said, they said, academic leadership is based on authority being placed in the individual's personal characteristics and expertise, And ability to win follows in the collegial culture of the academy, while management is based on authority being placed in the position. So I am sure that both are intermingled, both are interconnected over here. So what is the function of academic leadership? So it is said that the function and the role of the leadership is to administer the academic departments or the centers by recruiting and orienting faculty and staff, creating a supportive culture and producing work culture. Means already I have told you that what is the function of the academic leadership. Basically, academic leadership is to work in such a way that the academic atmosphere, academic environment could be created. And here the role of the visionary leader or the good kind of a leader who is sitting at the top of the position as the director of some of the institutions or the principal of the colleges or in the university. It is said that what we call it vice chancellor or the presidents. So basically, it is nothing but to provide services and support to constituent at different levels like university, colleges, and community, university, polytechnic. It also includes implementing multiple effective teaching approaches and styles appropriate for a student's learning and to help to support and conduct scholarly research, performing all activities with the help of faculty members as a team, as we do it. So what we are doing in our own university and college becomes very important. So basically it is a broader concept, means academic leadership is a broader concept, or the leadership is a broader concept where authority does not reside in one person. Authority does not reside in one person. When we talk of the vice chancellor, of course, he or she should be, if something goes otherwise, he or she is held responsible. But basically, if something goes, some disturbance goes in any university or the college, what happens actually? Not only if law and order problem has been created, so it is many positions like chief proctor or the proctor, provost or registrar, finance officer, vice chancellor. It is a team, in fact. So they work in the team. And of course, we ultimately held responsible those who are at the top. But it is the function of the chief proctor. It is the function of somebody who is directly connected to maintain the law and order. So what is if something goes otherwise, if students are agitated, it is the function of a particular person. But taking the help, because whatever the authority has been given, so the entire authority, which is collective in number, not individual one. So leadership can encompass people occupying various positions as already chief proctor, principals, and many more. So this becomes very important. And it also plays a key role in improving classroom practices, policies, and connections between the individual institutions and the outside. The whole idea is that in these globalized days, I think the function of academic leadership, of course, not connected to one thing, but many multifarious role. So in general, leadership means to provide congenial atmosphere to people so that they develop as a leader. So giving this kind of background, let me now come to the point: what are the qualities of academic leadership? So already we have got to know that four qualities one leader would have. What are they? Means flexible. We just have a check it. Flexibility, empathy, and decisiveness and communication. So means this is very general of having a good or the effective leader. So what is here? Just have a look on it. Excellent communication. It was the last one over there. When we talk of the academics, excellent communication skills becomes the first and foremost. So how you are communicating with your students, if something goes otherwise, if students are agitated on certain ground or something like that, how you are going to pacify? So you need to have, if you start behaving like otherwise in the sense that if you have demonstrated your power positions, so what will happen? Situation will go from bad to worse and worse to worst. So how you are going to relate, how you are going to identify themselves with the, yes, yes, no problem. So you understand how you are going to react, how you are going to respond, how you are going to pacify basically. For that you need to learn, means communication becomes very important. What kind of skills? Whenever you go to any kind of seminar, symposium, workshop for 1 week or 2 weeks like that, I think there is a lecture, there is a discussion on communication skills, verbal, non-verbal, because it becomes very important, not only in academics but in your day-to-day life. And then of course the other point again is very equally important, is being proactive. So, as a head of the institution, you need to show your activeness, more proactiveness, that you feel concerned about that. If you are a vice chancellor and you have sent your proctor or somebody, and you are sitting in your own house like that, I think no, this is the responsibility of a good leader to reach. If as a vice chancellor, if you reach and you start pacifying the students, I think things will be controlled easily. So these all are the training, these all are the I think qualities and the skills we need to cultivate, we need to inculcate in our day-to-day life. I think then we will play a very important and effective leadership, academic leadership in the university or in the colleges. The other equally important, knowing when to take the risk. Anyhow we need to take the risk. No risk, no pain, no gain, no risk, no, I think, solution. So already we have discussed decisiveness. So here you all the time, I think you have seen, you must have witnessed in your life situation that some vice chancellor, somebody, I think uh, due to not taking the risk or not to take the decision at the appropriate time, things goes beyond out of control. So it is again very important. So how do we do? Only we can do, and we can take the app decision by involving ourselves, by involving in our day-to-day life. I think in my university I have seen there was no problem. If a small kind thing happens, vice chancellor reaches there. Okay, what happened, bete? What happened? No issue. It was resolved. So taking the a step, taking this decision, going to a appropriate place becomes very important for an effective or academic, for a vice chancellor, for a principal. I think it will be controlled. If you delay the things, things will go out of hand, as we have seen in our past, in many universities, in many colleges. So here, this is very delicate issue, and we learn by day, and it can be only done by our own commitment. जब हमारा commitment होगा, जब हमारा पैशन होगा किसी काम से, अगर वाइस चांसलर, if I have become vice chancellor and just it is my privilege that I have become, that's it, and I am just relying, I'm not relying, I am just shirking from my responsibility, so things might get to worst or like that. So we need to understand, and these are the things which are happening. Due to that very reason, our academic institutions are not doing the best, or not delivering the goods in the right direction. See, 1100 and more universities are there, but our product, our students are not up to the mark, because we have not changed our syllabus. We little bother about that. So our purpose of retaining the power has become something like that. So time has become very important to think on it, then the things will be there. Again, the equally important point is resilience. We all understand that how we are going to play our sensitive or proactive role. Again, what kind of decision, what would be that our temperament. I think this is very we, according to time, place, condition, situation, if we take the decision, if we behave, I think things will be better one. And of course we give a lot of commitment, passion for what do you do. I think again, last but not the least, I think only if I wish to become the vice chancellor, if I wish to become the principal, only for the sake that people will see to me and they will appreciate me, and they will also have some sort of what we call it good points about me. I think if you have, yes, I am becoming the vice chancellor, I am getting this kind of position so that I could do something for the betterment of the society. I have promised that I will, if I get this kind of if I have been given this kind of responsibility, I will change I will change the academic institution. I will bring a lot of positive change in the curriculum, and then I will support so that the students, those students who would pass out from this college, would get the job or would do something, and they will shine like anything. So taking this kind of a spirit, if you have this passion, I think definitely we will play a very significant role. So these qualities are, of course, it appears to be very abstract, but these are the things, these are the list, these are the traits that need to be learned by all of us. Then मुझे लगता है कि चेंज आएगा समाज में, सोसाइटी में. As already I have told you that change will start or will begin to take place from the academia or the academic institutions. So there is a rays of hope in the academic institutions, and it has already been experimented, it has been witnessed in the developed countries. You go and see what kind of role is being played by the academic institution. So you know the history of Cambridge and Oxford. Cambridge, the length of the Oxford University is 1,000 years old. When any ranking takes place, so Cambridge and Oxfords, they always figure amongst top 10, amongst 5. Always, you cannot weed out whatever the parameters, whatever the indicators you have, they will remain there. So what my point, and they have contributed immensely for the growth, development of the society, Western society, and to a larger extent, they are the role models for the entire world. We cannot deny this fact. And if somebody has done their course or PhD or something like that, there's a rigor in that thing, master or the PhD. So what I mean to say, academy, we need to cultivate, we need to improve the quality of academic leadership. And how we can do it? As a system, when we discuss all these things, so we cannot keep the education system aloof from the other system, like political system, economic system. So these all systems reinforce each other. एक ऐसा नहीं है, police department, police system, so all the administrative system, they all work interrelated to each other, and they enforce each other. So here we need to improve each and every system of the society. Then we will be able to improve the quality of education as a whole in our own country. So many things are there, but here my point of discussion is how we can have a good or the excellent leadership if they lead our academic institutions, so our education system can do the best. Already we have had a very good kind of policy, means education policy, national policy. Now that it is the turn of the teachers and all of us to make the benefit or take the benefit of this national education system, so that we will be able to develop the robust kind of education system. Of course, it is one of the largest, but if unless until we bring lot of qualitative change or qualitative improvement, I think we will not able to deliver the best, and our product, means our students, will not compete in the labor market or the global market. So when we talk of the labor market, means global market, and the whole world has become porous politically and many ways. There's a free flow of goods and services coming across the country, across the country. So here what we need to be competitive, and our academic institutions need to be competitive with the with the other developed nation academic institutions. So here academic leadership or the leadership becomes very, very important. Taking that view into the mind, I think this is all has been created. And for that matter, as you all are going through this training becomes very important, whether you call it exposure training, workshop, symposium, whatever you give the name. I think a student, for getting better students, for first of all we need to create qualitative teachers, quality among the teachers. So how we can do it? Of course we have a very rigorous system to select the faculty or the teachers, but again there is a need to give the training, different training, in service training or what we call faculty induction program and everything in a better way. Then we can think and we can match at the global level. So I think I should yeah, I should stop here, and I should give the chance to you also, so that you could raise your question, and thereafter we will take up the other questions. I think rest of the thing I will discuss. So I think whatever I will discuss, your response is very important. अभी 10 मिनट 15 मिनट बात करें, then I will we will have the break thereafter, और उसके बाद I will take up the remaining portion of our governance, academic leadership, and management. So now it's your turn. I should not keep on going on. Rather, I should give the chance to you also to ask the question and to give your own comments and observation. Yes, please.
मित्रों कोई जिज्ञासा हो तो पूछिए सबसे।
Sir, I am Sikha Sinha from JPM College, and I have a query. We all know about the grave educational condition of Bihar. The challenges we face in Bihar is unique and grave. For us, increasing gross enrollment is not that important. We are facing challenge to bring students to the colleges. And for them, degree is more important than education. What would you suggest, sir, to improve this situation, especially the quality education if they want to take?
A very good question. Very good questions you have raised. I am from Bihar. I am from Siwan district, and after doing my high school, I have come to Delhi and then got all rest of the education, and I am right now placed in Jamia. So what my response is that, देखिए, education system, can I be Hindi also?
Yes, sir, yes.
क्योंकि ज्यादा क्लियर हो तो लैंग्वेज
जी
इज
जी
नॉट
जी
जिसको
सर, कोई दिक्कत नहीं।
जिसको पूछना है पूछे, वैसे आई विल वेरी हैप्पी टू आंसर यू। देखिए, आपने बिल्कुल सही कहा कि ग्रॉस इनरोलमेंट रेशियो ही हम बढ़ा करके क्या करेंगे, वैसे जब अगर क्वालिटी नहीं होगी और जब बच्चे ही नहीं आएंगे तो फिर आई थिंक इट हैज बिकम ए वेरी important issue or very challenging task, of course in our own state, but at the same time to entire country। क्योंकि हमने कहा, और ये आप जानते हैं कि आज के ग्लोबलाइज्ड वर्ल्ड में इस सेंस में कह रहे हैं, क्योंकि जब तक हम कॉम्पिटिटिव नहीं बनेंगे, अपने सिस्टम को नहीं इंप्रूव करेंगे, तो फिर कुछ भी नहीं होने वाला है। अब एक इश्यू तो नहीं है ना, बहुत सारे इश्यूज हैं। जस्ट आई एम ओरिएंटिंग यू। सिस्टम जो बिहार का शिक्षा का जो है, वैसे एज कम्पेयर टू एनी अदर स्टेट, मुझे लगता है कि और खराबी हो गया है, खराबी है वैसे। अब रही बात कि पूरे नॉर्थ इंडिया का कहिए कि बहुत ज्यादा, तो इवन साउथ इंडिया में प्रॉब्लम है, ये नहीं है साउथ नॉर्थ, लेकिन फिर भी ये लिटिल बिट बेटर है ये, क्योंकि आई गो टू अदर पार्ट्स ऑफ इंडिया एंड गो टू अदर पार्ट्स ऑफ द वर्ल्ड आल्सो। तो ये जो आपने कहा, एक है ना कि ये नाउ इट इज इन्वॉल्विंग द वेसियस सर्किट, कि कहाँ से शुरू करें, किधर से हम बात करें, या किधर से उसको इम्प्रूव करने की कोशिश करें, on the part of government, on the part of policy maker, on the part of teachers, on the part of the society, on the part of what? ये आपने बिल्कुल कहा। देखिए, प्रॉब्लम तो ये है। अब रही बात कि कहीं ना कहीं से अगर समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि कैसे, when to start, how to start, from where to start, लेकिन जब ये पूरी चीजें, ये इतनी समस्याएं जटिल हो गई हैं, तो कहीं ना कहीं से जहां से दिल करें वहीं से शुरू करें, यही रास्ता होगा। रही बात की आप ये देखिए, ऐसा है कि मैं थोड़ा सा पीछे ले जाना चाह रहा हूँ, क्योंकि ये तो समझिए क्वेश्चन का जवाब नॉट एन इजी, nobody has any ready made answer. आप when India got independence, सबसे देखिए कि मैं देख रहा हूँ कि many committee and commissions were constituted, ठीक है। In the first national commission, in the first national policy, national education policy, it was said that कि government would, or there was a recommendation कि 6% of the GDP would go for education, but
Sir, you are muted.
अब आवाज जा रही
सर
है?
आवाज नहीं आ रही है।
जी सर।
आ रही है?
यस
आ
सर
रही है ना?
ओके।
हाँ, कोई बात नहीं आएगी, वो हाथ पे लग गया, वो कर देंगे। तो व्हाट आई एम सेइंग कि देखिए ऐसा प्रॉब्लम तो है, लेकिन अब 6% 68 में नहीं हुआ फर्स्ट नेशनल, फिर 86 में कहा गया कि 6% किया जाएगा, फिर भी नहीं हुआ, nobody took care of। फिर 2020 में कहा जा रहा है, और डू यू नो हाउ मच परसेंटेज ऑफ आवर जीडीपी इज गोइंग फॉर एजुकेशन? 2.5%, ठीक है। तो ये इसके पीछे क्या है, थोड़ा सा वी एज एन एकेडमिक नीड टू एग्जामिन। टेक द एग्जांपल ऑफ साउथ कोरिया, टेक द एग्जांपल ऑफ अदर साउथ ईस्ट एशियन कंट्रीज, दे स्पेंड 8% ऑफ देयर जीडीपी, 8 to 10% दे स्पेंड देयर, और हम 6% या 3% से कभी हम आगे गए ही नहीं। तो ये भी जरूरी है ना कि इसका हाउ मच इंपॉर्टेंस वी आर गिविंग। और इसमें देखिए दूसरा इश्यू है कि मैक्सिमम मनी जो रेवेन्यू आता है ना, शेयर बिटवीन द सेंटर एंड द स्टेट, एंड द एजुकेशन इज इन द हैंड्स ऑफ बोथ सेंटर एज वेल एज द स्टेट। और सेंटर की जो यूनिवर्सिटी है कितनी है? चंद यूनिवर्सिटी 52, रेस्ट ऑफ द यूनिवर्सिटीज आर इन द हैंड्स ऑफ द स्टेट। एंड स्टेट को जो रेवेन्यू मिलता है एज कंपेयर टू सेंटर बहुत कम ही मिलता है। So many challenges are there. So at taking these kind of things, unless until, एक मैं जानता हूं और यही कहूंगा कि, और ये आप भी जानते हैं, जब तक हम एजुकेशन को और हेल्थ को, दो चीज को अगर हम इंप्रूव नहीं करेंगे, हम तवज्जो नहीं देंगे, हम इसकी प्राथमिकता नहीं देंगे, तो ये कुछ होने वाला नहीं है। ये थियोरेटिकली एज ए टीचर लेटेस्ट ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है कि हम इससे ज्यादा से ज्यादा then we can think of better education। और एजुकेशन, शिक्षा से ही और स्वास्थ्य से, दो ऐसे सेक्टर, सोशल सेक्टर जिसको बोलते हैं, जिसकी इतना, अगर कोई भी कंट्री, नो कंट्री कैन थिंक ऑफ इग्नोरिंग दीज टू इंस्टीट्यूशंस और द टू सेक्टर्स विच आर बीइंग इग्नोर इन आवर ओन कंट्री। उतना जितना इंपॉर्टेंस देना चाहिए उतना नहीं दिया जा रहा है। अगेन द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ द टीचर शुड कम फॉरवर्ड कि देखें कि कैसे ये हो सकता है। When we talk of education, all of a sudden our mind goes to the student, to the teachers. These are the teachers who are not working hard. These are the teachers, there is a problem with them. But this is not the simple, this is not the way, and this is not the solution. I think when we talk of the system as such, education system as such, then of course we are the part of the system, important one, let me tell you. But we are not whole and soul. What about the policy makers? What about the, what we call it, top level people who are sitting, and middle level functionaries, and at the same time administrative staff? Unless until we improve all stakeholders of higher education or education, I think we cannot think of better. But we have taken the initiative. Let me tell you, there's a rays of hope. We have taken the initiative. See, we must appreciate that government of India has taken the initiative कि 15 लाख जो टीचर्स हैं उनको हम ट्रेन करें, उनको हम बताएं। ट्रेन का मतलब उनको बताएं कि ये शिक्षा नीति है, ये एजुकेशन पॉलिसी है, ये इसमें बहुत खूबियां हैं, इसको हम सब मिल करके इसको इम्प्लीमेंट करें इन ट्रू सेंस ऑफ द टर्म, इन लेटर स्पिरिट, डेफिनेटली समथिंग वुड कम आउट। एक दिन में देखिए तो बनने वाला नहीं है, बन नहीं सकता। एंड दिस इज ऑल्सो इन ए वेरी डेवलपमेंट ट्रांजिशनल वेज। तो इसको करना, जहां से शुरू हुआ वहां तो हम, वी ऑल शुड पार्टिसिपेट, वी ऑल शुड गिव आवर फुल हैंड, so that we can for the betterment of our own society. Yes, I think Rani, Ladli Rani has raised
जी
her hand.
डॉक्टर लालजी
बताइए आप।
रानी फ्रॉम रांची.
हाँ बताएं प्लीज, देन आई विल रिस्पॉन्ड. पूछिए क्वेश्चन प्लीज, और गिव योर ओन कमेंट्स प्लीज.
मेरी आवाज आ रही है सर?
हाँ बिल्कुल आ रही है आपकी आवाज.
ओके ओके। हाँ प्रणाम सर। और मैं रांची यूनिवर्सिटी डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ बॉटनी, रांची यूनिवर्सिटी से हूँ, डॉक्टर
जी.
लाडली रानी। सर एक्चुअली मैं ये आपसे जानना चाह रही थी, आपके लेक्चर तो बहुत इंस्पायरिंग भी थे हम टीचर्स के लिए, सो वी आर एंजॉयिंग दिस सेशन. And but sir, with you mentioned about the GDP which is being given to education, तो न्यू
जी
एजुकेशन पॉलिसी में सर क्या इतने जीडीपी पे हम लोग उतना कुछ अचीव कर पाएंगे जो इसमें दिया गया है सर?
नहीं, जीडीपी या जीईआर क्या कह रही हैं वैसे? जीईआर, ग्रॉस इनरोलमेंट रेशियो.
हाँ, no sir, actually the amount of budget which is being given to education, एंड सर जो एजुकेशन पॉलिसी जो अभी आई है, हम लोगों ने तो इम्प्लीमेंट किया है नया एजुकेशन पॉलिसी हमारे इसमें NEP.
देखिए
हाँ, यस सर,
मैं तो वही, दिस वाज माय आल्सो वरी व्हिच आई
यस
वाज
सर,
थिंकिंग. मैंने यही कहा नहीं कि देखिए, मैंने सारे जितने स्टेक होल्डर्स, गवर्नमेंट इज आल्सो द स्टेक होल्डर्स, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेक होल्डर्स, नॉट ओनली द टीचर्स, नॉट ओनली द पॉलिसी मेकर्स, नॉट ओनली द टॉप लेवल मैनेजमेंट. आई थिंक जब तक गवर्नमेंट ना चाहे, हम नहीं चाहे, टीचर्स ना चाहे, सारे लोग चाहेंगे तभी तो इम्प्रूवमेंट होगा. वही तो कहा कि 68 में 6% कहा, फिर 86 में 6% कहा, 2020 में 6% कहा. हमेशा ये कहने ही रिकमेंडेशन ही होता रहेगा कि उसका इम्प्लीमेंटेशन भी होगा. दिस इज व्हाट आई रेज्ड माय ओन
yes sir, I totally agree to you, yes I totally agree sir. Actually
अभी हम 3% से नीचे हैं. पहले 3% हो रहा था, अब 3% से भी नीचे चले गए. अभी जो बजट आया उसमें देखिए कि कितना 60% कट है. तो माई वरी, योर वरी एंड एवरीबॉडी वरी, देयर शुड बी वरी. एज एन इंटेलेक्चुअल, एज ए टीचर, वी नो द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ एजुकेशन. हमको पता है ना. तो एक ठीक है, अब कुछ भी हुआ, एक और भी बात कहेंगे वैसे, हालांकि ये दिस इज वेरी प्रैक्टिकल. रही बात की, देखिए ऐसा है कि ये पूरे, देखिए इफ यू आस्क एवरीबॉडी हैज देयर ओन लॉजिक एंड रीजनिंग कि हम भाई 3% या 6% कहने से नहीं होगा ना. कहाँ से होगा? मैं इतने इतने इतना इतना सब पे हो रहा. हमारी प्रायोरिटी कौन सी है वैसे? तो अब यही बात है ना कि अगर हमसे कोई पूछा जाए तो हम तो यही कहेंगे कि ठीक है, हम अपने बच्चे को 2 वक्त का खाना नहीं, एक ही वक्त का खिला लेंगे, लेकिन हम अपने बच्चों को पढ़ाएंगे. या एज ए टीचर तो हम यही कहेंगे कि हम सारे हिंदुस्तानियों को यही कहना चाहिए कि ठीक है, हमें खाना नहीं मिलना चाहिए, हमें मिलना चाहिए शिक्षा. मुझे तो यही लगता है वैसे, क्योंकि हम शिक्षा में, शिक्षा के इम्पोर्टेंस समझते हैं कि ठीक है, 1-2 वक्त का, 3 वक्त का खाना में 2 वक्त का नहीं, 1 वक्त का नहीं मिले, 1 टाइम का ना मिले, हमें क्या मिल जाए? शिक्षा मिल जाए. रही बात की डेमोक्रेसी में, देखिए हम किसी को एक एज ए सिस्टम आई एम टॉकिंग, हमें तो वही मिलेगा जो हम मांगेंगे. मुझे तो ये लगता है वट एवर आई डिमांड, एंड इट इज द डिमांड ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी, कि जो हमें चाहिए वही हमें मिलता है. तो कहीं ना कहीं मतलब एक किसी पर्टिकुलर को हम अगर अगर कह रहे हैं कि इसमें प्रॉब्लम है, उन्होंने नहीं किया, नोबडी डज. ये पूरा सिस्टम है, सिस्टम काम कर रहा है, डेमोक्रेटिक सिस्टम कहिए या एजुकेशन सिस्टम कर रहा है. अब रही बात कि ये सबको वी ऑल शुड बी, एंड गवर्नमेंट इज, let me tell you, let me also tell, highlight the positive aspect. भाई ऐसा कहा कि नहीं, टीचर को पहले ट्रेन किया जाए, उनको बताया जाए इस शिक्षा के बारे में, इतना ही कहा गया. तो हम लोग लेट अस नो कि कैसे इसको हम इम्प्लीमेंट करें, कैसे इसको बेहतर बनाएं. दीज आर द गाइडलाइंस, दीज आर द रोड मैप्स. ऐसा नहीं कि 64 पेज में सारी चीजें लिखी हुई हैं, इसके अपने लिमिटेशंस हैं. रही बात की, देखिए शिक्षा में कोई नहीं रोक रहा, हम लोगों को कौन पढ़ने से रोक रहा है? इस गवर्नमेंट इज स्टॉपिंग अस not to write research paper, not to criticize, not to give the good comments. ये तो कोई नहीं कह रहा ना, but we are not doing. तो कहीं नहीं कहीं हम सबको मतलब ये देखना पड़ेगा. we will see to it. System has collapsed, means education system is not delivering the goods. इतना तो सभी जानते हैं. Hence, there was a need of new education policy. Now the new policy has been implemented. So how best it is going to be implemented? इसीलिए तो हम सब ये बात कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि how best it is going to be implemented so that the country could be benefited. This is the whole idea. So we as an intellectual, which is considered to be the brain of the society or the leader of the society, we should come with our own understanding and give the feedback so that we can reformulate, we can revise our policy of any kind of things, population policy, poverty policy, and whatever the policy is there. So unless until we give the feedback to the act body or to the policy makers, nothing is going to happen. So this is my worry. Of course, whatever the money is given is not at all enough. It needs much more than for implementing this policy. I think we need to do, government needs to do much more. Then we can think of better education system or its implementation. The whole exercise is being done in order to implement this policy, means so that country could be benefited. So इसको we unless until we come forward कि ये परेशानी है, इतना से नहीं होगा, कैसे होगा? So as a teacher, what we can do, let us do. As a policy makers, what they need to do. So they have given the policy. Now it is our turn to look at this, how it could be made rather more implementable, or how best we are going to implement. Unless until we should come forward, I think not much is going to be done. Yes, please.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Anything more?
Actually, what we are facing the problem in implementing, we have in our university, the new education policy has been implemented, sir. Now,
everywhere it has been implemented.
Yes, sir. This is the problem. What at the graduation level and at the graduation level, still this policy has been implemented. And so the at the infrastructure level, we are not having even the book, course curriculum book. We are not having, sir. So the students are facing lots of problems.
Yes.
And we are yet in a phase of training, sir. So this is the problem what practically we are facing. So if you suggest some problem,
the training has been organized so that you can just pass this information to the app body and something will be done to a larger extent. यही तो idea है ना? In implementation of this policy, what kind of problems, what are kind of challenges we are facing. So we'll try our level-based collectively in order to remove all these problems, at least to the extent possible. Yahi ek idea hai. But we cannot say that we should not stop, or we should not implement. So let us implement it. If any problems come up, we will try to resolve it. So can we have the break for 10-15 minutes? झा जी
जी सर 15 मिनट का ब्रेक है.
कर दे ब्रेक. 15 मिनट ब्रेक कर रहे हैं और उसके बाद फिर we will begin. ठीक है
जी जी.
So many things are still left, so I will discuss, and of course again we will discuss. Your questions are very valuable. सारे बहुत अच्छी बातें कर रहे हैं आप लोग, और समस्याओं को जब तक बात उजागर नहीं करेंगे, बात नहीं करेंगे, तब तक उसका समाधान कहाँ से आएगा? जब उसको बहुत हाईलाइट किया, कहीं ना कहीं से कुछ ना कुछ तो उसके समस्याओं का समाधान ढूंढेगा का, हम ही को ढूंढना, हम ही को करना. So with these words, once again, I am very thankful to all of you for so much patient hearing. We will again connect after 15 minutes. So what is the time, by the way? So we will join at
3:45.
40. So let us join at 4. Okay, we'll join because many things are still left. So then thereafter we'll discuss. Thank
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, sir. Sir.
एक मिनट, हम लास्ट सेंटेंस नहीं सुन पाए थे सर, क्या बोले हैं? हेलो. कोई है कॉल में?
4 o'clock सर।
अच्छा नाउ
4 बजे फिर से
4
रिज्वाइन
बजे
करेंगे।
4
ठीक है,
बजे
थैंक
की
यू,
बात कर ले। 4 बजे we will start at 4. ठीक है? We
ओके,
will
थैंक्स
start at
सर,
4. We will start at 4. ठीक है? Thank you. Thank you.
थैंक्स सर।
सर आवाज नहीं आ रही है आपकी।
कोई आवाज ही नहीं आ रही है इसमें तो।
Can we start now?
Yes, sir.
कितने हैं ऐसे हैं?
हाँ जी सर।
Complete yet. Can we
जी
start?
सर, पुनः आपका इस आभासी पटल पर स्वागत है।
So now we are going to discuss need for training. Yes, let us move on. So what we will do it is still 1 hour, 1.5. So I will speak for an hour, and the rest of the time will be for discussion. It's fine.
जी जी जी, ठीक है सर।
I will speak till 5. Thereafter, I will give this floor for your debate and discussion and the question. So let us move on further. So we all know that basically what we are हम डिस्कस क्या कर रहे हैं, हम ये बात कर रहे हैं कि हम ट्रेनिंग से कैसे हम सिस्टम को इम्प्रूव करें। जैसे कि 2-4 क्वेश्चंस आए, इट वाज वेरी स्टार्टलिंग, और मुझे लगता है कि the situation has become very vulnerable and it has come into the vicious circle. When to start, how to start to ameliorate the system is a big question. But if the situation is like that, it is decided and it is thought that okay, let us start by giving a sensitization program, or let us make the teachers sensitive enough about the system. जो हमारे इसमें परेशानी है, whatever the problems, lacunas are there, if the system which they are not getting any good kind of leader, means the vice chancellor or in the form of vice chancellor, director, or the head of the institution, there is something wrong with the system to which we all are the part of the system. तो सोचा, it is thought कि let us at least take the initiative, let us take the beginning to do something in the system, so that our system can be ameliorated, our system can be improved, and definitely the time will come when the system will give the good kind of output in the form of the students, in the form of the leaders. क्योंकि जो भी आएगा, whoever comes to hold the position of vice chancellor or something like that, I think they all are the product of the system, of the educational system to which we all are inheriting. So here it becomes very important to give the exposure to this teacher. आपको एक example दे रहे हैं. In 2018, government decided to take the initiative to organize the program in the name of LEP, Leadership for Academician Program. ठीक है? And 15 top level institutions of higher learning in our country gave this charge. And it was said that you organize the program for the senior level academics, means senior level professors who are having the outstanding in terms of holding many administrative positions, academic positions, and are having a good kind of research quality of 30-35 research papers, and they would be given this kind of exposure 2 days, 2 weeks in India, and for 1 week they would be taken to the top ranking, international higher ranking of the world. So Jamia was given, and I was the coordinator of the program. So we took our participants, our academics, to the University of Virginia, United States of America. So what I meant to say is that it continued for 1 or twice. We did it. Thereafter, pandemic struck the world. So the entire program got offset. So here it was before that it was realized that our system is not giving a good kind of academics, or the people or the professor who would be appointed as the university vice chancellor or the college principals. So holding that program, the idea behind that program is that what I think. Again, this program is going to be started, and even in this, let me tell you, I'm relating to that one. Here in this program, many themes are there. So one theme has been given here to hold the to discuss as how we can work as an academic leadership in a better way. So of course it has been digressed, it has been changed. So in every, if you attend the faculty induction program, even in that, academic leadership is one of the major modules on which everybody would be given the exposure. So is the case of out of 8, I think one session, one complete module or the theme is relating to academic leadership, governance and management has been given. So the whole idea is to give the exposure to all of. I am sure that you are not the young, in the sense that it is for everybody, every professor, every senior or young or junior, whatever. So here it becomes very important to discuss, so that we can learn some qualities or some of the important points. So these training program, seminar, symposium, workshop provide this kind of opportunity to learn the academic trait along with the administrative uh, acumen. So we are sharpening our administrative acumen. When we will be given this kind of responsibility, we will hope, and it is expected that we will discharge our responsibility in a better way. So given this kind of background, as we all know that in the university system, there's a provision that every teacher will get chance to be the head of the department on the basis of seniority, which was missing in the earlier time. For this, there is a need to understand the holistic knowledge, understanding of the core ideas of academic leadership. Why it is so? Even I think many vice chancellor positions keeps, or I think is advertised. And if you see the qualities, or the what we call it, the I think requirements, administrative and academic requirements, I think it is very fascinating. And we if we at least 10 years of teaching or administrative experience in the academic institutions, if you wish to apply, many of you, those who have completed 10 years as a professor, would be eligible for that. But along with that, at least 30 34 good publications. And if you held some of the positions, administrative positions, like the head directors or the deans, or some of the as a member, as a chairman of some of the academic council or management team, then you will be eligible to hold that position. So here it becomes very important. You all know that everybody is going to get the position for principalship or the headship or deanship. I think this kind of provision is there. So why it is so? So that we could have this kind of learning. We could learn as how to run the institution when we get the position of the vice chancellor, or the directors of some of the institutions. The pertinent need clearly indicates to prepare the academicians with roles and the functions with academic units, fulfilling various other responsibilities. So of course it is there. Training, we have been, this kind of provision is there. And through this, we try to learn as how to link their experiences with the conceptual framework of academic leadership. So when we also hold the MOU of some of the university within our country and sometimes outside the country, and it also provides, means training, and this kind of headship, deanship provides a good kind of opportunity. Sometimes we become the member of policy making bodies, or the huge university grants commission and some of the other bodies. So what do we do? So it gives a lot of exposure, and it also analyze government policies and programs. So here we all are learning about this, as it was rightly pointed by some of our colleagues here, that this GDP whatever the GDP we are spending is not good enough. And whatever the money, whatever the expenditure, whatever the money, it has been earmarked for education. Already we have implemented this national education policy. The idea is that whatever the money it has been given is not good enough. It is not going to bring a lot of change which is expected in this policy. So we try to learn from each other. And of course, this kind of vision, trade, this kind of uh, issues we learn. And this training and this kind of platform also enhance their interpersonal, means our interpersonal skills for optimum utilization of the resources. Optimum utilization of the resources becomes very important. Today, every vice chancellor and the top of the level institutes, top level functionaries are being asked to generate your own resources. Now you are the vice chancellor, now you are the director, you are holding this key position, you are at the top. So this is also your business, not to all the time come to the UGC or the Ministry of Education to for money. So how you are going to generate money, how you will become subsequently the self-sufficient or self-sustaining university or the institution. You need to work in this direction. This is what it has been said. So if we are going to learn all these things, I think we will be able to govern our university, our academic institutions in a better way. And we need to. So this kind of exposure is good enough. And we all know, I'm giving you one example. If all these academic institutions are getting the funds from the government of India or the state government, we all know that we are fully depending. Now, in this liberal era or liberalized or globalized era, it is said that nothing will. We government has a lot of responsibility and they need to discharge. So, in that condition, university and the academic institution needs to generate its own resources. So it is only the visionary, only the innovative vice chancellor or the directors will be able to do this. So at least 30%, it is asked that 30 or 20% you need to generate, and 80% you will get the support from the government. I think it is the rational way. So because it is also true that government has a lot of responsibility. I'm not justifying, I'm just saying. Because if you become, if you go to that place, as we say that empathy is one of the very important, I think, way to learn or to understand the position and the situation of the other party. And as I said, that if you wish to understand the psychology of the students and the aspiration of the students, we can put ourselves in their place. So even this is there saying only the kind of things is that government is not giving, government is not supporting, is not good enough. So we belong to a democratic country, and how democracy functions we all know pretty well. And in a very blunt way, I said to you that whatever they need, whatever we need, the other party gives. Means it is the need of the people of our country, and accordingly they supply, they give. And this is the fact that if we need something, if we need education, government will be bound to give. If we need other than education, other than things, I think it is binding on them to give. But today in this scenario, we all understand that they understand, these all smart and the leaders or the politicians understand the psychology of the people or the hapless Indians, that what they need other than all these monetary kind of things. They need only the abstract kind of things. They build, they have something other than that one. So they supply. So the here now I have digressed. So let us come to the point of this. So how leadership or the good quality of leadership should be cultivated and improved? Again, it depends. So as I said that All these 45,000 college, 1,100 universities are running in our own country. And private universities are sustaining in the sense that they are not demanding money from the government. So in a way, government is happy that they are not asking money. So they are happy at least with the private institutions. And they are also discharging, serving the purpose of the public. To what extent it is, again, it's a debate. So what I would like to tell you that if you see all these university and the colleges, lot of differentiation in terms of the quality. And there are some universities which are rich, relatively rich, and not poor. But many universities are very poor in terms of the infrastructure, in terms of the faculty. So let us hold, if we organize, if we have the collaboration between two university, amongst many university, to exchange our physical infrastructure, exchange our faculties. So I think in a way the population or the students could be benefited. But it's saying this kind of thing because is easier by implementing, by bringing the action. But if we all think that yes, let us work hard, let us work in a collective manner jointly, because after all we are serving the purpose of the Indians, we are serving the purpose of the Indian students. So, and all the money which has come to develop Jamia or BHU or JNU or whatever the university, even in your Ranchi University, whatever you say, this is all public money. So we are basically spending public money. Why don't we take the advantage of all these universities together? Those which, and every university would have a strength of its own strength, and there would be some uh, weaknesses also. So let us try to share the strengths of Ranchi University or Bihar University for that matter with the Delhi University, Jamia or something like that. It seems to be a little bit otherwise, but if we have this kind of collaboration, government is not going to stop us. I rather it has been promoted. So here the whole idea is to develop this kind of interpersonal relationship or linkages between these two. I think in a way country could be benefited, and we would share our we can utilize our optimum resources, whatever the resources India is having. So let us now let us move on. Implement supervisory practices in democratic setting. Utilize effectively the evaluation procedure for assessing institutional. Utilize financial management technique for cost effectiveness. So this is all we'll need to learn if we are really interested to govern or to manage our education system in a better way. So here again, as a dean, as a head, we learn a lot. So let us now move on very fast because time is short. So what is basically the usual or the good definition of a teacher? Means what is the quality of a good teacher or a good leader? Already I have said. So as a teacher, what we are doing. So here one very operational definition of a teacher, of a good teacher has been given. It is said that anyone who keeps a classroom in order, who does not send problems to the office, is a good teacher, is a good leader. Do we do? Are we doing? So we need to introspect. So what is the function according to this definition? So our function is management. Our function is curriculum planning. Our function is instructional strategies. And our function is student motivation. If we are discharging these four functions or the four roles, so definitely we are a good teacher. So what is means in the management part, what it falls is to maintain the discipline. So it is the function of a teacher, good teacher, to manage the discipline. Maintain the discipline means if something goes otherwise, we are supposed to maintain. If we are maintaining, then we can club and we can say that yes, we are discharging. And to manage the routines of the class and set a climate of discipline and the respect. So it is part of the management of a teacher. Are we doing? If we are not doing, why? We must do it. and curriculum planning, means management planning and what we call is strategic instructional strategy, and then student motivation. See how clearly communicate objectives, set and assess standard for quality student work, produce intended and desirable results. It is our function. So if we are going to teach the syllabus which is completely old, which has become completely outdated, do we see and do we visualize the desirable results? So if you see the Kothari Commission report, I think it is clearly said that the quality of education is going down day by day. And whatever we are producing means the students are unemployable. So who would be held responsible for that? Means curriculum planning in this very fluid situation, in this very changing scenario, as the change is taking very rapidly, as it is said that this national education policy is a good policy simply because it is going to address all the contemporary and the future challenges, which was missing in that last national education policy, because it came way back 3.5 decades before. In 86 it came. So during these last 35 years, lot change has taken place. Nobody can deny this fact. So this is also applicable to our syllabus. And when the semester system was introduced, there was a lot of hue and cry. If you must agree with me that if something goes otherwise, if the system which has failed, the system which is not working, so there is a need of replacement of that system. We at least that much, whether how best it has been applied or what to what extent, but if the system is not working, there's a need to change, there's a need to bring other kind of things. So is the case with this one. I think everything is not new. Even in this national education policy, many things have been taken from the past, from the earlier policies. We cannot deny this fact, but those things which have become outdated has been omitted from that. So here the same thing is applicable in the sense that we need to bring the change, and how we can make our syllabus which can have the link with the industry. What is the requirement of the society? What is the requirements of the labor market? Accordingly, if we will not be move, we cannot take the move in terms of the syllabus. I think we will become the outdated, and our students will not be able to face the contemporary challenge. They will not get employment. So there's a steep competition at the global level. There's a competition even within the country. So here we need to see, we need to examine, and who will understand better than the student, better than the teachers. So curriculum planning and management, and the two things. So lot change has taken place in the pedagogy also. Main science of teaching, how best we are going to deliver the best. Again, it depends on all the modern teaching aids. So how we are going to have the maximum impact in the class, we need to, because students, we all have become very computer savvy or ICT savvy. If we are not, we need to become. And with the help of that, the gone are the days we said that we used to say that chalk and talk, blackboard is good enough, and a good teacher is good enough. Do you think that the same teacher will be relevant today? Means same pedagogy is going to work out? Definitely not. So in this very ICT era, or the era of information explosion, we need to do a lot. So instructional strategy has become the need of the day, to use a variety of explanatory devices to reach various learners, impart subject matter effectively. For imparting the subject effectively, I think all these modern teachings like PPT and many more things, I think becomes important. And then, of course, not the last, student motivation. Unless, I think again there was a question that the ratio of the students or the attendance is going to become thinner. It is getting thinner and thinner, means less attendance. So do you know, the system to which we all are having is responsible for that. Students are disheartened, and students are thinking that if I do this course, or if I do this course, will I be able to get the employment? We cannot deny this. Of course, at the very philosophical level, at the ideational level, we often talk that the purpose of education is not to provide employment, but the immediate reason, the immediate purpose, let me tell you, immediate and the intellectual and all these function of education. Of course, education is nothing but the enlightenment. Nobody can deny this. With the help of education, we develop our vision, we develop our reasoning power, logic, everything is developed. Well, of course, but immediate purpose of education is to get employment. We cannot deny this fact. But how it is, again, I think the role of the teacher is again very important. Our job is not only to go to the class and just communicate whatever I wish. Whether students are learning, whether students are listening or not, it hardly matters. If it doesn't bother the teacher, I think he or she cannot be a good teacher. So in this now the new technology and new concept has been given by the university, mentor and mentee. New concept in the sense that we need to understand, means what is the problem students are facing, means unless until, and for that matter again, the size of the students would be lesser. 20 or 30 students would be there. So I think we all know that motivation means we need to have the personal contact with the students. I think if we are going to follow this, definitely students are going to learn, students are going to come to your class, to my class, to someone class. I think it is the smartness, or it is the passion of a teacher who would brought the students closer or in the classroom. To what extent we are going to do this, again, it depends on the personality of a teacher. So here I said that we need to develop our understanding, our what we call it, our rapport, interpersonal skills with the students. Then definitely students will be made to come. And you remember your days, student days. You must have remembered some of the teachers who taught you so well, who taught you in such a way that their personality impacts would still on your mind. So let us try to become of that kind of teacher in this very contemporary era. I think so. In a way, if we are doing, there would be satisfaction for ourselves. So let us create the passion amongst us. And why we should create the passion, let me tell you one thing. I think then other things will be made clear. This is the only profession. You all know that you must also have that. It is noble profession, or it is the best profession, or it is considered to be one of the best. So many things have been said about the teacher. And let me tell you, I am just reiterating that it is the only profession which provides name, fame, money, and everything. Just ponder on it, just introspect on it. I think you would get this kind of answer. So how it is again, when we have the passion for this, I think we will spare the time for this, and it gives you enough respect. It will provide you enough respect. How? I think if you write a good research paper, 2 3 papers, I think you will be known everywhere, and it will remain forever. You know, many of the intellectuals or the academics who are known all around the world. Everybody knows. As a teacher, as a student, we know them. So here is a scope. And as it is also a teachers never retire. Teachers or I think academic staff never retires. Technically, this is true that at the age of 60, 65, or 70, you retire. If you go to the West, I think 70 or 80 years old people make research, they are still connected with some of the academic institutions, and like that. This kind of situation is also emerging in our own country. I know many academics, they have crossed 85. Still, they are professor emeritus, they are still writing. So, I know many. So why don't we do this? I think there's a complete scope in this, and at the same time, see the other aspect, monetary aspect. Today, I think we can learn, we can, as we are earning, that money or fund is good enough to lead a good life, comfortable life, and we will be able to send our children, we can educate our children in a better way. So everything is here. So what it matters that whether we have joined this profession by choice or by default. Even if someone has joined by default, I think it is again the best profession. He or she has landed. So what we need to do this kind of exercise. If passion is created, I think time will be a spare. Only thing to which it is available to everybody is time. So you have 24 into 7, I have 24 into 7, means 24 hours. Everybody has, whether poor, whether teacher, whether anybody. I think time is, see, other than this, money, in terms of money, in terms of intellect, in terms we differ, but time is the only thing to which how we are going to manage time again is very, very important. So if we develop passion for this, I think I am sure that we will spare time. So let us now move on to the other. What is the function of a teacher in today's time? Just have a look on it. The era to which classical era, the previous era has gone. So it is the function of a teacher in 21st century is to work as a resource provider, instructional specialist, curriculum specialist, classroom supporter, learning facilitator, mentor to the mentee, school leader. Leader means school is not that leader means school means like Frankfurt School or some thought, school of some thinking. Data coach, catalyst for change, and the learner. Again, learner should come at the top. Means if we inculcate the habit to learn, this is the function of a good teacher or the quality of a good teacher. Before he or she goes to the class to teach the student, to transect the knowledge to the student, he or she should learn much more. He or she should update his or her knowledge in his or her own subject or some of the. And today, how we can how we can know something beyond our own boundary of knowledge or beyond our subject. This kind of platform like training or like symposium, workshop provide this kind of opportunity to learn something so that we can become the all-rounder. We can know also beyond our own subject. So catalyst for change, how we can become the catalyst for change? Definitely by our own articulation, by our own catalyst for change means how we can become the role model for a students. If you become the role model for a students in your class, I think you would work as the catalyst for change. We all know about this catalyst, very, I think, chemistry word. So how we are going to become the catalyst for change? So every teacher, a good teacher, or the function or the role of a teacher to become the catalyst for positive change in the life of students, in the life of society, in the life of our friends, our colleagues. So these are the functions of a teacher. To what extent we are playing our role in our society, in our classroom, in a day-to-day life, you need to ponder. And then I think just have a look on this, and then I will explain it to you. Academic leader skills, academic leadership skills. What are the skills basically we need to generate, we need to build up? I think I am not saying anything, just I have recapitulated, I have just collected so that I would share with you, and should try to make you understand, to which you are understanding, but how I can have the impact on your mind, on your personality. This is my effort. Be passionate. Already I have told you, I am again I have read how to generate passion. So passion can be only generate, which is the very, I think it is going to work as the determining factor. If I have joined this profession or you have joined this profession thinking that it is the best profession, nothing is matching the academia. So I'm convinced with this that nothing exists better than the academic profession. I have full freedom. I enjoy the freedom. Sometimes, of course, some obstacles, but I enjoy the freedom. And whatever I am doing, today I am teaching you, tomorrow I will take the class, and many more works are left out to write uh, the paper on the book. So many projects, many things are going side by side. So I hardly have time. I'm just giving you. So if I have the passion, if you would have the passion, I think same thing is going will be happening. So with years or something other than that, you can create the niche in the society as like an. So what is basically be passionate? It is one of the attitudes, one of the qualities of a teacher, of a leader. Be unbiased. Be bold means only the person who can be bold is unbiased, means objective. Becoming objective, analyzing any issues very objectively is one of the other qualities of a good teacher or the academic staff or a teacher or a researcher. And of course, here, embrace challenges. Challenges will go as long as your life goes on. So how we are going to embrace challenge, how we are going to adopt challenge, how we are going to meet challenges, how we are going to face challenge, how we are going to eradicate challenges, try to eradicate. Some challenges will be overcome, the other will crop up. As we say that in the past, many challenges were there before education. So many more challenges have been added without omitting the ongoing challenges. So it is the part and parcel of life. Handle setbacks. Of course, this life has full of thorns and the roses. We all know the night, days like that. Offer welcome feedback. If we are bold enough, if we are knowledgeable enough, we should. I think if you teach in your class in a better way with full passion, I think students will give you feedback, or your feedback will be definitely better off. So we should not afraid of them. I still remember that when the semester system was implemented, so it was also written that students will give the feedback, means a student will what we call it is going to assess you evaluate. We evaluate the students. What is wrong in it if the students are evaluating us? Nothing wrong, and we should not be afraid. As you all are going to evaluate me, all the 8 speakers are going to be evaluated by you. So we should be free enough, and we should welcome the criticism. As I am saying that, yes, if anything is there, I will be very happy to have you, so that I could remove, I could reduce, I could at least try to remove all this. Be friendly. So how we can become very friendly with the students, with everybody, is the other attitude, is the other quality of a teacher, of a good leader, and of course, build leadership. And then be competent. So how we can become competent is again very important. Only by acquiring knowledge, only by learning, only by educating ourselves, learning from the students, learning from the society, learning from every sector of the society or every stakeholder of the society. We should be ready enough to be criticized. If somebody is criticizing us or you or me, I think we should be happy enough, so that the particular person has given our limitation or something like, so that we will be able to remove if we wish. So be competent means how we can become competent, means how we can bring a scholarship amongst us is again very important. So not how can we articulate, how can we deliver the best. So only pedagogy is not important. What is important is the scholarship. A scholarship means to what extent we all are learning and reading and educating ourselves, then we will be able to translate the same to the students. And of course, already we have discussed about empathy, means be empathetic. All the situation, if you are empathetic enough, then we can understand the aspirations and the requirement of the students. And somebody, many at many places I have been asked that students hardly bother, they don't come to the class. So have we ever thought, have we introspect on it, why the students are not coming? The sole reason could be that we are not better, we are not teaching better, or it might be possible that whatever we are teaching, they must be knowing. And the other possibility would be like that they are apathetic, they have developed apathy simply because they lack some suspicion in the system, in the sense that after attending the class, after passing the graduation or the PG, or the PG, or the even doing PhD, what can I get it out of that thereafter? So this kind of inhibition is there. So we need to understand, and to a larger extent, we can overcome, and we can advise the counsel the student. We can, what we call it is, to give the rightful kind of counseling. Then I think to a larger extent we will be able to solve this issue and adapt to changes. As we order, as a human being, we resist to change. If any change comes, or somebody has asked to bring a change, we resist to change, because it provides some sort of challenges, and we all the time, we are not ready to face the challenges. So we try, see the situation what pandemic has brought us, along with the devastation. I think we all became able enough to use this online and use this technology much more than. So we explored possibility out of adversity. So we should be always ready, see what kind of situation is going to emerge in years to come, in the age of AI, artificial intelligence. So again, change is going to take place very drastically in the society. So we should be ready enough to learn. So that would be I think it's not a point of worry. It's a point of just adjustment. Let me tell you that. See, in the 70s, what happened when there was the invention of radio in 60s? So people became afraid that it is going to replace human beings. Human being can never be replaced in the society. There will be the always upper hand of the human being. So all these technology, AI, and whatever you say, is going to facilitate, going to provide the facilities. So what happened when there was a invention of I think introduction of this computer. So what happened? People started hue and cry that it is going to create unemployment. But see the situation today. So situation came to that level that we were forced to liberalize its economy, and we were forced to open our economy in the early 1991. So we should be, the whole world is now globalized. So what it is required on the part of the teacher, because teacher is the torch bearer of the society. So we should show the light, we should show the torch to the society, so that society could be taken at the higher pedestal. So I think I have spoken much. Now I will not take much of your time. So let me now take two more slide, and then we will end up. So 21st century teacher, what it is supposed to be done by all of us. Just have a look on this. 21st century teacher, we are working in the 21st, we are living the 21st century. So there is a paradigm shift in the teaching pedagogy. So now our role has been not reduced, but has been drastically changed. So we have become the facilitator in the total teaching learning process. So here already I have told you that destiny maker. Who is the destiny maker? So we are basically making the destiny. We are basically creating the destiny of the society. Means how, to what direction we need to take our society, it depends on the quality, on the stamina, on the inspiration, on the motivation, and on the passion of a teacher. So, to what direction, whether in the wrong direction, in the right direction, we will be able to take our society, it all depends. Hence, we have been acknowledged, especially in this national education policy, in a better way or in a very dignified way. And it has been said that a lot of training facilities would be provided, and the functioning of a teacher or the role of the teacher has been strengthened, and they would be asked. And of course, on the other level, on the monetary side, there's again improvement, and more improvement is required. And then leader builder and social engineer from this side, instructional designer, technology adapter, and collaborator. So all these words, I think, if we write a book on destiny makers, one full length book would be written, and each and every component which has been given in 21st century. See, on in the center, teacher is standing. So value educator. So how a value of how the value has been degraded in the society, we all know pretty well, and that can be brought only the help of the teacher. See, whatever the values were existing, I said there is an erosion of value in our own system. Instructional designer, we all know that we are basically the instructional designer, in the sense that what kind of course curriculum, whatever the design for the research, for the teaching, we need to create, and how technology is going to be integrated in this one is again become very important. And collaboration in this very contemporary era, in this very interdependent era, I think collaboration has become the need of the day. Unless until we collaborate, means with the very limited resources, how we can provide the maximum, not maximum, optimum benefits to the society. It is the brain, it is the mind, it is the intellect of the students, it is the intellect of the teacher. So lot is expected on the part of the teacher to play a very positive or significant role in the society. Then we can think of a better society. As it is said that everybody goes through the system that is called education. Means either politician, either doctors, or any, for that matter, any individual is going through this system, to which we all are basically the master, to which we all are the very important stakeholder. So there is something wrong. Let me tell you at the end, there's seriously something wrong with the system unless until we improve. And some of our colleagues rightly pointed out that in Bihar especially, I think education system has become very, very poor. Very, I think it has collapsed. Let me tell you, I don't hesitate to say, once upon a time, not very far off, when I was a student, when I passed out, way back in 86, means high school, means matriculation, it was called matriculation at that time. I think Science College was considered to be one of the best college. And I tried. I didn't get the admission at that time. So I moved to Aligarh Muslim University and I opted for social sciences. So what I mean to say, see the situation of science college today. What is the status of science college today? I think I'm not hearing its name, but it created the name. Even Patna University, let me too. Once upon a time, it's 100 years old university. But there's a problem within it. Take the example of Allahabad University. Once upon a time, see, it was considered to be the Oxford of the East. Very good. But do you think that the standard is still maintaining? It has improved? Definitely not. It is not matching. So what is problem? See, as I told you, see the length of the Oxford University. As it is growing and it is aging, and there's an improvement. As I told you, if you assess or evaluate all the global universities, you cannot take Oxford and Cambridge out of 10. It will always get the place. But see, within our own country, I think even Patna University or Allahabad University has not created its needs. Both the universities are very old, more than 100 years old, even in case of Allahabad. So what my worry is that these all universities are very, very good. So they have the potential, to do something. They have potential to create or to come back again. So what we as a faculty, we as a administrator need to work so that these old universities and all universities could be improved, and they can play their very proactive role in this. And this is a raise of hope on the part of the, I think society is expecting a lot from all of us. So we need to play. My purpose was to just name out this university, not to demonize, but to do something much more. So they are I think they have the potential. So how that potential could be realized so that they can do wonders, or they can do better, they can contribute immensely in the development and the growth of this great country. So they need to play a very important role. So in that, and of course, we all the teacher, 15 lakhs teacher, should come forward and work very hard. I think adverse situation, challenges will be there. Today we are facing the challenge, tomorrow there will be challenges. So challenges gives the opportunity to do, as this pandemic has given the opportunity to work with this online and many more things. So adversity, how to explore adversity, explore opportunity and do something out of the adversity. Again, it is the passion, or it is the stamina, it is the hard work of the teacher that will work very hard. So let me now proceed further. I'm going to end because time is of course running very fast. So leadership and learning are indispensable to each other. It is said, as I began my discussion with three quotations, so I am going to end my discussion by two very fascinating quotations. You must be knowing, and he is very popular, uh, President of the United States of America, what he said actually about the leadership and the learning. So my purpose is to highlight the importance, significance, and the need of learning. We all are basically the intellectuals and the teachers. And we all know that when we talk of learning, means learning, teaching goes together. We cannot make separation between the two. Means so is the case of the leadership. Leaders will be finished. Our quality is going to be finished unless until we learn, because you all know that many theories we have discussed, and it is said in the very earlier or the earliest discussion, it is by birth which has already been negated. So what is today is to, of course, how to cultivate quality, how to generate qualities of a teacher, how we become. So 4 points I have discussed, 4 elements we have discussed, how we can become flexible. Means flexible, diversity, these all are interchangeable word. How aptly we are going to take action, decision making to which, and how we are going to communicate in a better way so that we can establish the rapport with the students, with the audience, and how we can have the maximum impact. See, if I am going to teach or I am going to share some of the very information that is easily available, so it will give the impression that yes, I will read it thereafter. If I have come with my own understanding, my own if I have generated something which is not found anywhere, definitely it will have a more impact and profound impact on the psychology, on the mind of the students. So learning should become the integral part of each and every teacher. Then we can think of a good leader or good teacher as we said that how we are going to. So here both are indispensable, both are inseparable also. Leadership and the learning are indispensable to each other. So at the end of my deliberation, one thing I would like to share with you, I am sure that you all are going to have the passion for the last many minutes, or I think I have been discussing. Passion is very important. So what is passion? Basically, passion is nothing but your willpower. Actually, it is nothing but the willpower. To what extent we have the willpower? Basically, your attitude, your desire, your intention. What do you want? What do you wish to become in your life? So that gives the passion. If I don't like teaching, if I like only administration, so I should go in administration. I can do wonders. And here it becomes very important in our own Indian scenario, or South Asia, or the developing country. We all know that we decide, we often I think this thing has come down now. We decide the fate of our own kids, means our sons and the daughters. Yes, he is born, she is born. So what you need to become either doctor or engineer or IT professional, we decide without knowing the interest and the intention of the student. See, I think this is very practical. I think why? So that if my son becomes a doctor, so I will have a very good image and I can appreciate myself. My son is, or my daughter is like that. I think this kind of idea must go on. So here it should be left. And I think this kind of trend is now emerging. I think it would be the volition of a student, of my son and daughter, to choose whatever he or she wishes. In that situation, let me tell you, I think a student would do wonders. And there's never the possibility, I think opportunity is all the time is there. So what you need, what he or she needs to excel in the life. And excellence can only come if your desire, intention, wish could submerge. So it should not come from the parents. Rather, parents should only facilitate in our history. I think this is also applicable to the class also. So teacher, parent, and I think the role of the parent and the teacher are very important. So here, taking that into the mind, see, passion leads to happiness, means passion creates happiness. अगर जिस काम को हम चाहते हैं, जिसको उससे उसी से खुशी मिलती है, और यही हैप्पीनेस का डेफिनेशन हो सकता है. अगर जो चीज मुझे पसंद नहीं है, आपको पसंद नहीं है, अगर उसको किया जाए तो वो तो पैशन भी जनरेट नहीं होगा, खुशी भी नहीं होगी. और बेसिकली द वेरी हैप्पीनेस लीड टू सक्सेस. सक्सेस का और कोई डेफिनेशन नहीं है. हो सकता है कि मतलब ये पैशन, अगर पैसे ही का, अगर मुझे टू मेक मनी इज माई पैशन, लेट मी टेल यू, आई थिंक इट विल गिव यू हैप्पीनेस. No doubt it will give you happiness, and happiness will lead to, but this is not applicable. You place yourself. I think अगर आपको टीचिंग से, आपको किसी और काम से, आपको आर्ट में अगर इंटरेस्ट है, I think this is very much, I think, individualistic. And we have seen many film, many things, many in the society we have seen. So we should decide. And what is the purpose of discussion is that because we have come to the profession of academics, my hunch is this: we should generate passion amongst self, which will give you happiness, and happiness will lead to success. My hunch is this. And I also gave up some of my own opinion. It was my opinion that it is the best profession. Of course, somebody would have also told, but my passion, my statement is that ये इसमें है, नाम भी है, इज्जत भी है, शोहरत भी है, पैसे भी है. यही तो किसी इंसान को चाहिए. किसको इसके अलावा तो मुझे नहीं लगता है. अगर आपको कुछ समझ में आए, किसी को तो बता दे क्या चाहिए हमें अपनी जिंदगी में, लाइफ में. नाम चाहिए, इज्जत चाहिए, शोहरत चाहिए और पैसे चाहिए एक जिंदगी को, जीवन को बेहतर बनाने के लिए. इसके अलावा मुझे समझ में नहीं आया. आप लोगों को समझ में आ जाए तो बता दीजिए. सो हियर इन माई प्रोफेशन, इन आवर प्रोफेशन, मुझे तो लगता है इसमें नाम भी है, इज्जत भी है, शोहरत भी है और पैसे भी है, टू लीड ए very not moderate, a good life, let me comfortable life. Gone are the days. Even teachers were not able to maintain the cycle or the what we call it motorcycle. But today we all are maintaining. I think this is very much possible. So for a good life, again, it becomes very, whether having all this is luxury or what we call it is the need. So I think all these things are necessity, whatever the necessity is there, I think it gives. Our salary, our structure gives that much. So what we need is to create passion so that we will get happiness out of that, and ultimately success will be there. So according to this definition, success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. So I think we all are doing, means we all are willing, we all are desiring कि हम पढ़ाते हैं, हम रिसर्च करते हैं, हम इसमें नाम करेंगे, हम इसमें इज्जत कमाएंगे, जो कि बहुत ही आसानी से इसको. So for becoming a leader, for academic leader, so my last word is to do something in this area so that our deeds, our actions can generate or ignite to the coming generation, and they will play a rather more active role in order to shape the society in a better way, so that we could think of a equitable society, peaceful society, a stable society, not only at the national level, but at the global level. So this is our wish. And as a teacher, as an academic, I think we have potential enough to generate or contribute for making a progressive society, positive society, and thoughtful society. So this is all I wanted to share with you for academic leadership, good governance, and all. So now it's your turn. It's your turn to stop, to share your comments, observations. I will be very, very happy to take up your questions. I'm sure that I have tried my level best to come up to your expectation. To what extent I have discharged my responsibility, I am in your court to decide. But how you will decide? Only you can decide by putting a lot of questions, observations, and the comments. Whatever I have discussed was my point of view, but I will fully endorsing, I will fully agreeing with your comments and observations. So just put up some of the questions and put me in a very uncomfortable position, so that I will not be able to answer your question. So questions, observations, comments are welcome on your part. Thank you once again for so much patient hearing. I have fully enjoyed my deliberation. Had it been face to face, I would have rather enjoyed much more. Nevertheless, I think here, and again, I am requesting those who can put their video on, would be a wonderful kind of idea. Thank you once again. Thank you so much.
थैंक यू सर.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर, बहुत बहुत आभार आपका.
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया सर,
आप लोगों
बहुत
को कोई
अच्छा
जिज्ञासा
मॉडर्निटी
हो,
लेक्चर रहा
सर से
आपका.
तो पूछ सकते हैं. कृपया अपना माइक म्यूट रखिए. माइक म्यूट कीजिए आप लोग.
थैंक यू सर.
अगर आप लोगों को कोई जिज्ञासा हो, सर से कुछ पूछना और कोई जानकारी चाहिए, तो आप लोग
जिज्ञासा तो होना चाहिए.
जी.
हेलो सर. सर मैं अलीना अली मलिक जयप्रकाश महिला कॉलेज छपरा से हूँ. कल जो सेशन के बाद टेस्ट था वो मेरा मिस हो गया. आई कुडंट लिसन के 10 मिनट में जवाब देना है. सर ये क्या मुझे फिर दूसरा मौका मिलेगा?
ये हमसे पूछ रहे हैं.
नहीं, हाँ ठीक है. अभी 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 लिंक डाला जाएगा. अभी सर का व्याख्यान हो गया, धन्यवाद ज्ञापन के बाद सर वो लिंक डाला जाएगा, आप लोग उसमें फिलअप कर दीजिएगा.
ओके सर, थैंक यू सो मच.
आज के व्याख्यान से संबंधित कोई जिज्ञासा हो तो आप सर से पूछिए, नहीं तो फिर धन्यवाद ज्ञापन हो.
हम इसीलिए तो 15 मिनट पहले छोड़ा कि
जी,
कुछ
जी,
नहीं
जी, सर ने पहले ही कह दिया था कि 15
होती है, नहीं तो हम तो 5:30 बजे तक बोलते रहते हैं.
जी जी.
आप लोग पूछिए, कुछ भी जिज्ञासा तो होना चाहिए ना। जिज्ञासा नहीं होगा तो मुझे लगा कि हमने आई हैव जस्ट वेस्टेड योर टाइम। मुझे तो इसी तरह के एक जाएगा कि हमने आपका टाइम खराब किया। जिज्ञासा अगर जनरेट नहीं किया, इफ आई एम नॉट एबल टू जनरेट इंटरेस्ट or the questions in your mind, I have not provoked, it means I have done nothing.
और एक जानकारी और दे दें कि इसमें ज्यादातर प्रतिभागी बिहार के हैं और सर भी बिहार के सिवान के रहने वाले हैं मूलतः। तो आप लोग को कोई संकोच नहीं होना चाहिए, हिचक नहीं होनी
संकोच तो
चाहिए।
वैसे भी नहीं होना चाहिए। देखिए, क्वेश्चन पूछना, क्वेश्चन आस्किंग क्वेश्चन ये ब्यूटीफुल थिंग्स, एंड क्वेश्चन कैन नेवर बी रॉन्ग। क्वेश्चन तो गलत हो ही नहीं सकता है, बट आंसर तो गलत हो सकता है, लेकिन क्वेश्चन तो गलत हो ही नहीं सकता है। देखिए, ये आंसर माइट बी अदरवाइज। सो आई विल बी वेरी हैप्पी। मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगेगा आप लोग। जी,
मेरा नाम शिखा सिन्हा है, हम जेपीएम कॉलेज से हैं। एक आपने डिफाइन किया था कि एनीवन हु कीप्स अ क्लासरूम इन ऑर्डर एंड हु डज नॉट सेंड प्रॉब्लम्स टू ऑफिस, ये एक डेफिनेशन आपने कहा टीचर के बारे में। तो क्या इससे बेहतर डेफिनेशन नहीं हो सकता?
नहीं, क्या नहीं हो सकता? आप दीजिए, उसको हम बोलेंगे। वैसे आज के बाद वो हटा के वही रख देंगे। हम बताइए।
मतलब ऑर्डर करना या क्लास को ऑर्डर में रखना या डिसिप्लिन ही लाना एक टीचर का उद्देश्य नहीं हो सकता है। जैसे एक बच्चे को क्वेश्चन पूछने के लिए तैयार करना या वो अधिक से अधिक आप आसपास के वातावरण को समझ सके, इन सब पर भी एक टीचर का रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी हमको लगता है कि कुछ ज्यादा इन क्षेत्रों में है।
तो उसमें तो यही है ना। देखिए, क्लास में हम जब पढ़ाने के लिए जाते हैं, क्लास ही इनडिसिप्लिन होगा तो फिर कैसे हम पढ़ाएंगे? नहीं पढ़ा सकते हैं ना। कोई बच्चा या कोई लड़का या कोई लड़की सुनेगी ही बात नहीं, तो फिर तो पूरी चीज है। तो ये है ना कि आप, ऐसा है कि वो जो वहां की शिकायत, देखिए, वो कहने का मतलब था कि आपके क्लास की शिकायत है, तो एक स्मार्ट एबल क्वालिफाइड टीचर का यही काम है कि वहां देखिए प्रॉब्लम वो प्रिंसिपल के पास, वाइस चांसलर के साथ पास चला जाए। इसका देयर इज समथिंग रॉन्ग ऑन द पार्ट ऑफ ए टीचर। तभी तो आप बताइए, आपसे जितना इंटीमेट बच्चा हो सकता है, जितना क्लोज हो सकता है, उतना प्रिंसिपल से, या क्योंकि इमीडिएट जो बॉस है ना क्लास का, इमीडिएट जो आपका जो है ना, क्या कहेंगे वैसे, जो इंस्ट्रक्टर है, टीचर है, वो तो एक टीचर ही है ना। आप अगर बच्चे को जो भी अच्छी बात बताएंगे, कम्युनिकेट करेंगे, उस पर बहुत असर पड़ेगा वैसे। तो उस सेंस में कि क्लास को ऑर्डर में करना, फिर उसकी शिकायत कहीं और ना जाना। देखिए, एक अच्छे टीचर का मतलब आपको सब चीज उसमें दिया ना, 4 फंक्शंस दिया। उसके बाद देखा ना क्या था, मैनेजमेंट में हमें क्या करना है, फिर हमें प्लानिंग कैसे, अपने कोर्स की प्लानिंग कैसे करनी है, फिर कैसे इंस्ट्रक्शन देना है, फिर उसके बाद स्टूडेंट को कैसे हम मोटिवेट करते हैं। देखिए, ऐसा है कि बच्चे को, देखिए, मुझे लगता है सिचुएशन कहीं का भी कैसे खराब हो जाता है। हम चाहें, बहुत सारी यूनिवर्सिटी में, बहुत सारे कॉलेज में टीचर्स भी अदरवाइज कर देते हैं, जिसके लॉ एंड ऑर्डर हो जाती है। मुझे लगता है कि अगर हर क्लास में बच्चे आए और क्लास में बच्चे नहीं आए, तो देयर मस्ट बी समथिंग। इफ द स्टूडेंट्स आर नॉट कमिंग टू माय क्लास, सो देयर मस्ट बी समथिंग रॉन्ग। देयर मस्ट बी समथिंग रॉन्ग विद मी। ये मैं मानता हूं, और ये इसको काट कोई नहीं सकता। अगर मेरे क्लास में अगर कोई बच्चे नहीं आ रहे, कोई नहीं आ रहा, तो इसका मतलब बच्चों का कोई इसमें दोष नहीं, कुछ भी नहीं, ये हम में है। या तो हो सकता है कि हम बच्चे को डांटते हैं, या बच्चे हमारी बात को, हमारे टीचिंग स्टाइल को, या हमारे कंटेंट को पसंद नहीं कर सकता है। जितनी भी परेशानी होगी सब हमसे रिलेटेड होगा। हो सकता है कि मुझे मेरा चेहरा पसंद नहीं है, हो सकता है कि वो मेरे स्टाइल पसंद नहीं है, हो सकता है कि जो हम पढ़ा रहे हैं वो जो कंटेंट है वो प्रोवोकेटिव है, कुछ भी हो सकता है। लेकिन इसमें स्टूडेंट कैन नेवर बी रॉन्ग। लेट मी टेल यू, अगर हम अच्छे हैं तो ये सारी चीजों, तो स्टूडेंट्स हमारे क्लास में आएंगे, दे विल बी इम्प्रेस्ड टू कम टू माय क्लास एंड इट इज अप्लीकेबल। आप अपना दिन याद रखें, आप सारे लोगों की बात कर रहे हैं। अगर आपके सारे टीचर्स याद नहीं होंगे जो अच्छे नहीं पढ़ाते थे, आपने कभी कुछ नहीं कहा, लेकिन अब आप बोलते हैं, हम बोलते हैं कि एक टीचर थे वो ऐसे पढ़ाया करते थे, जो बहुत बैड थे वो भी, जो बहुत अच्छे, द बेस्ट एंड द वर्स्ट, 2 तो याद हैं, बीच वाले शायद मिस आउट कर गए होंगे। तो वर्स्ट भी याद रहेगा और बेस्ट भी याद रहेगा।
थैंक यू सर।
उसी तरह
एक और सर क्वेश्चन है कि हमने बात की कि जो हाई लेवल पे हमारे टीचर्स हैं जो आने वाले समय में किसी उच्च पद पे जा सकते हैं, उनकी ट्रेनिंग की बात की।
जाएंगे।
हाँ, जाएंगे। लेकिन ऐसा भी क्या कोई एनईपी में प्रोविजन है कि जो उच्च पद पर बैठ गए जैसे वीसी, तो उनके सेंसिटाइजेशन के लिए भी क्या कोई एनईपी में प्रोग्राम है?
नहीं, बहुत
उनकी ट्रेनिंग
नहीं उनको भी सेंसिटाइज किया जा रहा है। मैंने आपको बताया ना, जो पोटेंशियल है उनके लिए भी है, जो वाइस चांसलर बन गए उनके लिए भी नीपा बहुत जगह प्रोग्राम होता है। ऐसा नहीं कि प्रोग्राम होता है,
पहले वाला तो भेज चुके हैं।
इसमें भी है। इसमें ट्रेनिंग पे खास तौर से इन सर्विस ट्रेनिंग पे बहुत जोर दिया।
हाँ, 2
ये अच्छी बात है, ये बहुत अच्छी बात है कि इस पे जोर दिया गया है और फ्रीक्वेंट ट्रेनिंग होगी, और नॉट ओनली विद इन द कंट्री, इवन आउटसाइड। और इसके देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ प्रोविजन इन द पास्ट आल्सो। ऐसे हुआ कि इवन वाइस चांसलर के लिए, डीन के लिए, हेड के लिए, क्योंकि जितने स्टेक होल्डर जब तक सभी ठीक नहीं समझ पाएंगे कि शिक्षा पद्धति को पूरे एक सिस्टम को कैसे हम फुल प्रूफ सिस्टम बनाएं। सो टीचर्स इंपॉर्टेंट है, लेकिन एट द सेम टाइम और जो स्टेक होल्डर्स है वो भी इंपॉर्टेंट है। इस तरह की प्रोविजन इसमें है। शिक्षा नीति जो आपका नई शिक्षा नीति इसमें है, न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी में बिल्कुल क्लियरली है। वैसे बहुत सारी चीजें हैं। ये क्या कि हम उसको थोड़ा सा पढ़ें। देखिए, इट इज रनिंग इनटू 64 पेजेस। देखिए, बहुत मोटा नहीं है, 60-62 पेज तो कोई ज्यादा। और वैसे भी हम नहीं पढ़ेंगे, कौन पढ़ेगा? वैसे फिर नहीं पढ़ेंगे, फिर उसको समझे कैसे? नहीं समझेंगे तो फिर इम्प्लीमेंट कैसे होगा? सिर्फ कागज में इम्प्लीमेंट करने नहीं है ना भाई। ऐसा है कि ट्रेनिंग दिया जा रहा है कि हम सब समझें, उसको बहुत डीपली पढ़े, डीपली और क्रिटिकली समझें। जो उसके लिमिटेशन है उसको भी हाईलाइट करें कि उसको दूर किया जाए सब मिल करके। अभी तो भाई ऐसा है कि कंट्री इज लेफ्ट फार बिहाइंड। और एजुकेशन और हेल्थ, शिक्षा और आप क्या कहते हैं, स्वास्थ्य, 2 चीजों को अगर हम सुधार देंगे तो उससे हमारा जो क्वालिटी होगा, लोगों की क्वालिटी होगी, अच्छी होगी। और कंट्री का प्रोग्रेस, डेवलपमेंट उसी में निहित है, उसी से हो सकता है, और कोई इसका रास्ता नहीं, दूसरा रास्ता। तो ये दोनों सोशल सेक्टर को, तो इवन डेमोक्रेसी, आपको जैसे डेमोक्रेसी इन आवर ओन कंट्री, somebody would say that it is just a procedural democracy, मीन्स उतना मैच्योर नहीं है, एक फॉर्मेलिटी है पीपल से। बट एट द सेम टाइम ये भी है कि एक प्रोसेस है, एक सिलसिला है। डेमोक्रेसी भी एक सिलसिला है। अगर एजुकेटेड लोग ज्यादा होंगे, कॉन्शियस लोग ज्यादा होंगे, तो डेमोक्रेटिक नॉर्म्स एंड वैल्यूज तो स्ट्रेंथन होगा ना। एक चेक एंड बैलेंस। आप तो ये देखिए, शिक्षा से सिर्फ एक तरह का है, आपका पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम, आपका एजुकेशन सिस्टम, आपका ऑल सिस्टम जो कोई भी है, सारी चीजें दुरुस्त होंगी अगर हम शिक्षा वाले एक को ठीक कर ले। तो इसी का आउटपुट सब होगा, इसका रिफ्लेक्शन सारे समाज में, सोसाइटी में होना है। तो इस चीज को अगर हम बहुत पहले ही रियलाइज कर, ऑफ कोर्स वी कैन नॉट से दैट वी हैव नॉट प्रोग्रेस्ड, वी हैव नॉट डेवलप्ड। For the last 75 years, we have developed our own economy, society, polity, educational system. We cannot deny this fact. बताया नहीं कि सिर्फ 20 यूनिवर्सिटी थी, आज 1200 यूनिवर्सिटी है, 50,000 कॉलेजेस हैं। ये चीज ऐसा है कि इसमें हुआ द जर्नी ऑफ द जर्नी, और व्हाट आई थिंक इतना द स्पैन ऑफ 75 years in the life of nation is nothing. ये कोई बहुत बड़ा, it's our country which is considered to be young. So we need miles to go. तो इसमें education and the health, these are the 2 sectors that must be given a lot of priority, top priority, which is not being done, which is being ignored, which was ignored in the past. अब time has come कि इसको दोनों को ज्यादा ज्यादा प्रायोरिटी मिले, तभी हमारी कंट्री, हमारा नेशन, हमारी सोसाइटी और बेहतर होगी। और एट पार विद द वर्ल्ड वी कैन कम only with the help, and here again the active role of the teachers step in. ये जरूर।
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
भूषण कुमार, एन कॉलेज पटना के
थैंक यू सर।
सर, मेरी आवाज पहुंच रही है?
जी जी, आपकी आवाज आ रही है, बताएं प्लीज।
मैं मणिभूषण कुमार एन कॉलेज पटना में कार्यरत हूँ उर्दू विभाग में।
जी
सर, ये जो लड़कों से जुड़ने की बात है, लीडरशिप की बात है, पढ़ाई की बात है, सब कुछ हमने कोशिश करके देख ली। अब हमारे विद्यार्थियों की तरफ से ये कहा जाता है कि सर आप इतना क्यों कर रहे हैं, मतलब आपस में बात करते हैं, मुझ तक तो देर से बात पहुंचती है। सर जो इतना कर रहे हैं, पढ़ा रहे हैं और लाइब्रेरी भेजते हैं और हम लोग से वर्क करवाते हैं, कौन सी सर नौकरी देने वाले हैं, कितना करवाते हैं। तो ये तो बड़ा एम्बैरेसिंग सिचुएशन होता है कि हम मेहनत भी करते हैं और यही कहा जाता है कि कर क्यों रहे हैं, और वो विद्यार्थी हमारे कहते हैं। तो ऐसी सिचुएशन में हमें क्या करना चाहिए?
बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है, बहुत अच्छा आपका क्वेश्चन है। देखिए हम तो पूरे देखिए हर इंसान का, हर टीचर का, हर इंसान का अपना एक लिमिटेशन है, इसको तो मानते ही, ये तो हकीकत है ना। रही बात की, देखिए ऐसा है कि हम लोग तो पॉजिटिव वे में देखेंगे ना, ये ठीक है, इसका आंसर इमीडिएट तो हम भी नहीं दे पाएंगे, आप भी नहीं दे पाएंगे। जैसे कि देयर इज अ रेज ऑफ होप। हम अगर टीचर आज पढ़ा रहे हैं, बहुत अच्छा पढ़ा रहे हैं, अच्छे हमारे प्रोडक्ट हैं, और ये भी मैं बताऊं, आज के डेट में एक्सेलेंस का जमाना है, एक्सेलेंस जिसे कहते हैं ना। आज भी आप जिन बच्चों ने ये बात कही है, उनसे आप ये कहें, हालांकि इट्स ए वेरी हार्श, लेकिन ये जरूर है, मैंने देखा, मैंने अपनी जिंदगी में देखा, जो हमारे साथ बच्चे थे, दूर थे या मेरे कंटेम्परेरी थे, उसमें तो मुझे लगा कि सबको कुछ न कुछ देर सवेर मिल गया। अब देखिए प्रैक्टिकल हम आ रहे हैं, वैसे अगर मान लिया कि आप पढ़ा रहे हैं बच्चों को, इसका तो ये कोई आंसर ही नहीं होता कि इतना अच्छा पढ़ाते हैं और फिर हमें नौकरी, नौकरी जरूर मिलेगी, कोशिश करने से मिलेगी, मुसीबत से मिलेगी, मेहनत मशक्कत से मिलेगा, यहाँ नहीं मिलेगा। आप ये बताइए, अगर कोई लड़का, आप उर्दू पढ़ाते हैं, कोई बात नहीं, एक उर्दू के बच्चे को कोई ये नहीं है कि सिर्फ उर्दू जाने, हो सकता है उसको मल्टीलिंगुअल बने। देखिए हम दूसरी चीज कह रहे हैं कि कैसे हो सकता है, और हमने ये भी कहा था कि सिर्फ हमारे पास 24 घंटा है। मुझे लगता है कि अगर हम बहुत मेहनत करते हैं, हमसे मेरा मतलब एक टीचर मेहनत करता है, उसके डबल ट्रिपल टाइम्स अगर बच्चा मेहनत करता है, बच्चा का मतलब स्टूडेंट मेहनत करता है, इतने डिफिकल्टी के बाद भी मुझे लगता है कि जॉब मिल जाता है, और मिल जाएगा, यहाँ नहीं मिलेगा दूसरी जगह मिलेगा। देखिए एक वक्त था कि विद इन, अब आपको मतलब फिर सारी चीजें प्रैक्टिकल बातें कर रहे हैं, 80s में, मिड 80s 90s की बात कर रहे हैं। ये देखिए जॉब की जो अपॉर्चुनिटीज थी ना, मुझे लगता है कि कम ही था। जबकि जब कंप्यूटर का इंट्रोडक्शन हुआ, लोगों ने कहा जॉब को श्रिंक कर देगा क्या, उसके बाद तो जॉब का मुझे लग रहा है कि आप 80s का देख लीजिए, इवन आपको अनुपात में भी देखेंगे तो अभी बहुत अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं। हम लोग सिर्फ एक प्रोबेशनरी ऑफिसर होता था, पीपीएससी होता, यूपीपीएससी होता, और सिविल सर्विसेज एग्जामिनेशन 4-5 होता था। अब देखिए मल्टीनेशनल कंपनीज, चाहे कुछ भी हो, कोई भी सब्जेक्ट हो, तो आपको यू नीड टू बिकम वर्सटाइल। और जो बातें मैंने की, देखिए ऐसा है कि गोइंग बियॉन्ड द सब्जेक्ट हैज बिकम द नीड ऑफ द डे। अब उर्दू पढ़ते हैं तो उसको ये भी जाने कि हिंदी के जो लिटरेरी फिगर है, या और भी इंग्लिश लिटरेचर, या समथिंग समथिंग लाइक द सोशल साइंस, ये कहीं बाउंड्री तो नहीं है ना, यही तो बाउंड्री इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी करके खत्म किया है। वो योर स्टूडेंट मीन्स, आपने जिस सब्जेक्ट, योर स्टूडेंट्स इज एलिजिबल टू गो एनीवेयर। ये नहीं कि उर्दू पढ़ा तो उर्दू ही में उसको नौकरी मिलेगी, हिंदी पढ़ा तो हिंदी में मिलेगी, जो इकोनॉमिक्स पढ़ा तो इकोनॉमिक्स में। ये सारे बाउंड्री हैज बीन डिसमेंटल्ड टुडे। और यही नहीं कि सिर्फ हमारे उर्दू जुबान पढ़ रहे तो उर्दू जुबान के बारे में जाने, आप हिस्ट्री, इकोनॉमी, पॉलिटी, आप एक चीज बताइए, आप चलिए, एक चीज ऐसा है कि बहुत सारे सब्जेक्ट्स हैं, हिंदी हैं, उर्दू है, इंग्लिश है। मुझे तो लगता है कि देखिए इसलिए कह रहे, विदाउट एनी बायसनेस, इंग्लिश के बच्चे जो पढ़ते हैं, इंग्लिश के स्टूडेंट्स पढ़ते हैं, उसका उससे पूछिए, पॉलिटी पूछिए, इकोनॉमी पूछिए, सोसाइटी पूछिए, सारे एस्पेक्ट्स उसको पता है, या उतना सब्जेक्ट वो मैच्योर्ड हो गया। तो हमें जरूरत है कि जैसे ग्लोबल लेवल पे हम बात कर रहे हैं कि हमारे आवर सिस्टम विच इज वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट सिस्टम इन टर्म्स ऑफ द साइज, बट इन टर्म्स ऑफ द क्वालिटी देयर इज सीरियस प्रॉब्लम. So we as a teacher need to uplift, or we need to take our higher education in terms of the quality at the highest pedestal, or at par with the other countries. इसी तरह उर्दू के लिए, हिंदी के लिए, इंग्लिश के लिए, फॉर दैट मैटर एनी सब्जेक्ट के लिए। अगर ये बताइए, अगर मैं उर्दू का हूँ, अगर 5 सब्जेक्ट या 2 सब्जेक्ट और भी मैं सोशल, मान लीजिए सोशोलॉजी मुझे बहुत आती है, इसमें क्या लॉस होगा मुझे, आप बताइए। इस तरह के देखिए एक जॉब का, वाइल आर्टिकुलेटिंग, ये भी मैंने कहा था कि ऐसा है कि सब्जेक्ट ये जो है ना कि एक इमीडिएट जो जो पर्पज है एजुकेशन का, ऑफ कोर्स एजुकेशन है, ऑफ कोर्स एम्प्लॉयमेंट है, लेकिन इसका तो बहुत ही वाइडर है ना। तो वाइडर हम बनेंगे तो मुझे लगता है कि शायद उस बार, और ये दिस इज द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ द टीचर, गुड टीचर, वर्सटाइल टीचर, डायनेमिक टीचर, एनर्जेटिक टीचर लाइक यू। क्योंकि बच्चों को अगर कहीं भी वो निगेटिव जा रहे हैं, निगेटिव से मेरा पैसिव बन रहा है सोच करके, ऑप्टिमिस्ट नहीं पेसिमिस्ट हो रहे हैं, तो हमें उनको एनर्जी ऊर्जा डालना है, उनको बताना है कि नहीं तुम कर सकते हो, तुम पढ़ सकते हो, तुम ले सकते हो, जब पढ़ करके देखो। तो मुझे लगता है टीचर का काम ये भी है टू इंस्पायर, देखा नहीं क्या था, टू इंस्पायर, टू मोटिवेट, टू, देखिए जॉब तो है क्राइसिस, और लेट मी टेल यू जॉब की क्राइसिस सदियों से रही है। ये हमारे दादा परदादा भी बोलते थे, उस जमाने में भी ऐसा नहीं कैसे मिल जाता था किसी को या सबको मिल गया, आज भी वही है। तो जो स्मार्ट बच्चे होंगे, एक्सेलेंट होंगे, जो पढ़ करके अपने आप का एक्सेलेंस की जो बात करते हैं, उसमें तो कोई दुश्मन, ठीक है एक किसी कंट्री में थोड़ा सा मान ले कि वेस्ट में थोड़ी सी आसानी होगी, हाँ मुश्किल होगा, बट एट द सेम टाइम अगर मेहनत करने वाला जो बच्चा है, एक्सेलेंट जो बनने की कोशिश करेगा, हो जाएगा, उसको मिलेगा। तो इसको देखना, अगर पेसिमिस्टिक बन जाएंगे तो फिर क्या होगा, फिर कैसे समाज सुधरेगा, फिर क्या होगा। तो ऐसे बच्चों को मुझे लगता है इंस्पायर करना, मोटिवेट करना, ये हमारा फर्ज है, हमारा कर्तव्य, हमारी ड्यूटी है, और हम सबको करना चाहिए। तभी एक अच्छे समाज का, तभी एक अच्छे आइडियल और प्रोग्रेसिव सोसाइटी का हम इन्विजन कर सकते हैं, टू विच वी ऑल आर थिंकिंग ऑफ। जो हमारा इकोनॉमिक बेस बढ़ेगा, जो हमारी सोसाइटी में, देखिए एक ही प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, आप ये बताइए प्रॉब्लम्स एक होता, बताइए अभी जो मैंने कहा 26% हमारा GER है, हमको 50% बनाना, उसमें भी कैच है। आप बताइए कितने, नाउ वी आर टॉकिंग, मुझे लगता है कि इस पे जो बात करेगा, यू मस्ट आस्क द क्वेश्चन, स्टूडेंट डाइवर्सिटी एंड इंक्लूसिव एजुकेशन। ये भी एक चीज है कि वी द अर्बन पीपुल आर डोमिनेटिंग, but the people who are living in the rural areas have been left out. Their children are not found within this 26%. So problems are enormous, but our job is limited in the sense that if I am a teacher of Urdu, if I am a teacher of economics, मेरा जॉब है बहुत ही फोकस कि बच्चों को इंस्पायर करें, बच्चों को बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ाएं, उनको कहेंगे एक्सेल करो, तुम और भी चीजें देखो, तुमको जॉब तो मिलेगी। क्योंकि टू लीड ए लाइफ एम्प्लॉयमेंट इज इम्पोर्टेंट, सिर्फ बात करने से नहीं होगी, वो सिर्फ आइडियल बात है। आई थिंक गेटिंग एम्प्लॉयमेंट इज द क्रूशियल एंड द इमीडिएट नीड ऑफ ए स्टूडेंट, एंड फर्स्ट ये हो जाएगा, उसके बाद ये सारी बातचीत तो ही है वैसे। और जितना ही हमारा एक एजुकेशन सिस्टम रोबस्ट होगा, बेहतर होगा, इसमें स्कोप ऑफ employment, a scope of everything, good points will be included.
थैंक यू सर।
बहुत बहुत आभार सर आपका। आज हम लोगों के बीच अपने कीमती समय निकालकर हमारे जितने प्रतिभागी हैं को लाभान्वित किया। अब मैं डॉक्टर मनोज कुमार झा जी से अनुरोध करूंगा कि वे धन्यवाद ज्ञापन करें।
आपका क्या नाम है सर? आपका नाम?
मैं डॉक्टर विजय कुमार।
क्योंकि यहाँ दिखा है UGC HRDC, इतना ही दिखा रहा है और कुछ नहीं दिखा रहा।
मैं डॉक्टर विजय कुमार,
अच्छा,
फिलोसफी डिपार्टमेंट में हूँ, LS कॉलेज मुजफ्फरपुर में।
अच्छा, LS कॉलेज में। अच्छा, फिलोसफी। आप बताइए फिलोसफी इज ए सी, अब आप फ्रॉम एम्प्लॉयमेंट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू अगर देखें तो फिलोसफी इज नोवेयर, बट फॉर इंटेलेक्चुअल डेवलपमेंट उसका तो कोई जवाब नहीं। जो फिलोसफर नहीं है, जो फिलोसफी नहीं पढ़ा, कुछ भी नहीं पढ़ा वैसे, according to my own understanding. So your subject is equally important. Every subject, your Urdu, somebody is Hindi or Sanskrit, every subject. See, आप देखिए वेस्ट ने कैसे अपने सिस्टम को बनाया है, आकर के वो हमारे समाज में आकर के, हमारी सोसाइटी में आकर के, हमारे देश में आकर के हमसे अच्छा रिसर्च करके चले जाते हैं। हो सकता है कुछ लोग इससे एग्री नहीं करें, आप इससे एग्री करें?
जी सर, मैं इससे बिल्कुल एग्री करता हूँ कि हमारे यहाँ की जो परंपरा है और हमारे यहाँ की जो साहित्य है, उस साहित्य से बाहर के लोगों ने बहुत कुछ लिया है।
साहित्य से नहीं, हर चीज से आकर के करते हैं,
और
कोई
उसी को एक
बुराई नहीं कर, लेकिन हम लोगों को भी करना है, हम लोगों को भी सीखना, हम लोगों को भी उनके एट पार आना है। ये है समस्या, ये है। और ये चैलेंज ये है कि हमें भी उन्हीं की तरह उनके भी समाज को पढ़ना है, उनसे सीखना है। उनको सिखाया भी है, सिखाएंगे भी, ये भी है। उनको सिखाया भी है, सिखाएंगे भी और सीखेंगे भी। जब तक हम सीखेंगे नहीं तब तक सिखाने के पोजीशन में नहीं होंगे।
नहीं होंगे। हाँ मनोज जी।
Sir, may I proceed?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Sir, I am Manoj Kumar Jha, Faculty of English at Nandan Sanskrit College, Madhubani, of KSDS University, Darbhanga. On behalf of the organizing committee and academicians present on the platform, would love to extend a vote of thanks to our Honorable Sir for his scholastic deliberations on the beautiful and meaningful topic, academic leadership, governance and management. Sir, you talked on demographic dividend, the importance of training, the problems of higher education, importance of globalization, multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary institutions, Vision till 2047 of our country, gross enrollment problem, global gross enrollment in America and Asian countries, management and population, problems of research, what is leadership, leadership style, major leading theories, the importance of atmosphere in universities or on campuses, qualities of an effective teacher, academic atmosphere in class, last but not least, function of teachers. Sir, these deliberations meant for us a lot. And finally, sir, your quotes are so inspiring. You have quoted, the destiny of a society is created in classroom. Your another quote, sir, teachers are academic leaders. Tone and tenor are of crucial importance. Authority does not reside in one person. Finally, passion, happiness, success. These things, these deliberations, these quotes are highly inspiring and makes us think over this. Thank you very much, sir, for delighting us with your academic deliberations. Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you. Once again, thank you.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद मनोज जी। सर आपका बहुत बहुत आभार है। अपनी ओर से अपने निदेशक प्रोफेसर राजीव कुमार झा जी की ओर से, MMTTC बिहार विश्वविद्यालय की ओर से आपके प्रति बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ। और मित्रों, ग्रुप पे लिंक दे दिया गया है, आप लोगों से कृपया भर दीजिए, क्योंकि उसी के आधार पर आपके प्रमाण पत्र तैयार होंगे। अगर एक स्पेलिंग गलत है तो वो उसकी जिम्मेदारी आपकी होगी।
सर हम लोगों ने जिन लोगों ने भरा है उनको भी भरना है सर।
ओके सर, थैंक यू, थैंक्स अ लॉट।
हाँ, उनको वो भी भरेंगे। ये डेली एक अटेंड समझिए, ये अटेंडेंस है डेली का।
अच्छा ठीक है।
कौन जी
थैंक यू।
और मैं डॉक्टर शिखा सिन्हा जी जुड़ी हैं।
जी सर।
हाँ, कल धन्यवाद ज्ञापन आप करेंगी।
ठीक है सर, थैंक यू।
कैन आई लीव आउट नाउ? मैं लीव आउट। चलिए, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा। सो थैंक यू एवरीबॉडी, थैंक यू सो मच।
थैंक यू वेरी मच
सर।
थैंक यू वेरी मच सर।
और कोई आप लोगों को कोई जानकारी चाहिए पूछना हो तो पूछ सकते हैं।
हेलो
जी
सर, सावित्री। हेलो,
एक करके देखिएगा तो सुनाई देगा सब लोग को।
हेलो,
कोई जानकारी बाकी बोलिए।
हेलो,
ऐसा है कि आज मैं व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप भी आप लोगों के लिए ऑन कर दे रहा हूँ। अगर कोई जिज्ञासा हो, कोई जानकारी चाहिए तो उस पर आप लोग लिख देंगे, ठीक है?
ओके सर। ओके सर।
कल फिर हम लोग मिलते हैं। कल के रिसोर्स पर्सन है प्रोफेसर SK तिवारी जी, डिप्टी डायरेक्टर HRDC बनारस हिंदू विश्वविद्यालय वाराणसी। वो कल उनका दोनों व्याख्यान उन्हीं का होगा। तो कल हम लोग फिर 2 बजे जुड़ जाएंगे इस आभासी पटल पर। और वो भी बहुत अच्छी वक्ता है और बिल्कुल ही बिल्कुल ही सरल।
सर दरभंगा से हम लोग कल नहीं जुड़ पाएंगे, वहाँ नेट बंद है।
हाँ, वो जानकारी मिल गई है कि दरभंगा में बिहार सरकार की ओर से ही जो है वो नेट बंद कर दिया गया है। ठीक है, जानकारी है मुझे। तो तिवारी जी भी बहुत अच्छे वक्ता हैं और बिल्कुल ही सरल भाषा में आप लोग को बताएंगे। जो भी जानकारी चाहिए निसंकोच आप लोग पूछिए। ऐसा नहीं है कि हाँ हम कैसे पूछे क्या पूछे। अगर आपको कहीं नहीं समझ में आ रहा है तो उस चीज को नोट कर लीजिए और अंत में पूछिए, क्योंकि ये मौका बार बार नहीं मिलता है। 2026 से जो नई तकनीक जो बताई जा रही है पढ़ाने की, जैसे क्लास जी ने जो आप लोगों को बताया, ये 2026 से गवर्नमेंट लागू करेगी, कंपल्सरी कर देगी। हम लोग को रिटायर करने वाले आदमी 2020 में रिटायर कर जाएंगे, ज्यादा परेशानी नहीं होगी। आप लोगों को लंबी सर्विस करनी है तो इस चीज को अच्छे से सीखिए और कोई दिक्कत है तो हमारे जो रिसोर्स पर्सन है उनसे पूछिए।
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
ठीक है, फिर हम लोग कल मिलते हैं। कल तक के लिए आप सभी को।
एक्सक्यूज मी सर, कल ज्वाइन नहीं करेंगे तो कुछ प्रॉब्लम होगा? दरभंगा में तो जानते हैं कंडीशन क्या है।
हाँ, वो अब कल तक के लिए छूट है दरभंगा के लोगों के लिए।
हाँ, एक्सक्यूज मी सर, आज तो हम लोग चले आए थे मुजफ्फरपुर क्लास करने के लिए कि यहाँ से हो जाएगा, लेकिन कल फिर मंडे है तो जाना पड़ेगा अभी। तो कल हम लोग
सर हम लोग का लास्ट क्लास कब है सर?
23 तारीख को लास्ट क्लास होगा।
थैंक यू, थैंक्स।
डेली क्लास है, संडे को छुट्टी नहीं है।
ओके सर। सर हम लोग व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में नहीं है सर। मैं डॉक्टर अमृता कुमारी।
क्या चीज?
सर मैं व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में नहीं हूँ।
अच्छा,
उसमें मुझे ऐड नहीं किया गया है सर।
तो आप वो अपना व्हाट्सएप नंबर भेज दीजिएगा। आज मैं ग्रुप ओपन कर दे रहा हूँ आप सभी के लिए भी, जो भी समस्या है उस पर आप लोग लिखिए। ठीक है,
तो सर मैं कहाँ पे अपना व्हाट्सएप नंबर किन्हें सेंड करूँ सर?
अभी आप नंबर नोट करिए मेरा।
यस।
ये सर आप चैट बॉक्स में, सर चैट बॉक्स में प्लीज सर टाइप कर देंगे तो ज्यादा आसान हो जाएगा।
जीरो 3966867।
एक्सक्यूज मी सर,
790 396
790